They were rolling there. That might have been the game to start the Drake May clutch gene. I think he's been clutch. Hard to throw that one around for a guy who's only won 5 games in his career. Or what is it, 6 now? 5? But I just wanted to bring it back to that game. There was no timeouts left. Marcus Jones took a punt 25 yards to midfield with 1:45 left, which set up that finish. May drove the Patriots to the Titans' 5-yard line. He scrambled around. He looked for someone to get open. It was actually 11.82 seconds. It was. I thought it was 16. It was 11.82. He found Ramondre Stevenson for the touchdown. It's the second longest time to throw a touchdown since 2016, if anyone cares about that. He had an improbable touchdown. By the way, do I have to remind everybody that I hated they kicked the extra point? When you're on the road, you got to go for it. But Gerard Mayo said May's mental toughness and ability to run gave them a chance to win the game. He was asked if Drake May running around so much played into Mayo's decision to kick the extra point and go to overtime rather than the 2-for-win. And what was Mayo's response, everybody? I don't want to get into that. It's a good question. I just don't want to get into that now. So now I'm starting to ask questions. This happened a year ago. I'm wondering if Drake May has that same mentality from a year ago, playing in Tennessee, and how that ended. And how did it end? Well, I'll tell you what happened. Game went into overtime. Titans get the ball. They get held. They kick the field goal. Skaz, I know I asked for the other play there, but Drake May has another chance now to either tie the game or take the lead in overtime. There was about just around under 2 minutes left in the game. And, of late, we've been seeing Drake May throw the deep ball. It's been good. In that game, for example, Drake May went 29 of 41 for 206 yards. He threw that touchdown you heard there, but it might get forgotten that he had 2 interceptions in the game. He rushed 8 for 95 yards. In that game, Tennessee finished with 4 sacks. They had 3 turnovers. They turned one of them into a touchdown on their defense. And they had, again, the 4 sacks, and Tennessee came in with one of the NFL's worst offenses in that game. And they needed overtime to score more than 17 points to beat the Patriots. And it kind of brings up this season with the Titans. They're the worst in the league. 13 points per game, 32nd in offense. They're the worst rushing team in football this year. They've given up 25 sacks. They've only scored 6 touchdowns. They give up 133 yards rushing a game. But what's the thing we're learning about the Patriots? If they don't turn the ball over, they don't lose. So I wanted to just replay how the game ended versus Tennessee and why I think this could be a spot for Drake May for redemption. Let's hear it.
1st and 10 at the 41 of New England here in overtime. Booty splits to the left, wide side of the field. 2 receivers to the right before Douglas motions left. You got a tight end right as well, and Hooper. Hasty on the right side of May. Drake waits on the snap and takes it. He drops back. May has time initially. Loads up, throws a deep ball. He's got a man downfield, Booty, but it's intercepted. Hooker has it. His second pick of the day. Game sealer for Tennessee.
Keep your head up, kid. And see the backside. Shoot. And boy, look at them all. Look at the team going over to Drake May. The entire team.
The Titans win it 20-17.
Usually come in hot with a take, but I wanted you to remember what it was. That was the first sign of Drake May. Being elusive, right? Keeping the team in the game, and then with a chance to win it. What happened? He threw an interception to lose the game. That was the old Drake May, everybody, right? That's the Drake May we thought it was maybe coming into this season. He has elevated his game. And I think this week could be a redemption. I'll also say this. When the Titans give up 133 rushing yards per game and 27 points per game, I think the emphasis this week will be running the football. They added a tight end today off the practice squad. I think they want to run the ball against Tennessee because they suck at stopping it. The Patriots have dropped their last 2 games against the Titans in Nashville. Of course, 34-10 back in 2018. They lost in last year. And, of course, Patriots have won 3 straight games. A victory over Tennessee this week will give the Patriots their longest winning streak since their 7-game winning streak back in 2021. And with a win this Sunday at Tennessee, the Patriots will improve to 4-0 on the road this year. I did want to mention the Patriots followed up that loss with a huge win against Chicago and Caleb Williams. So this isn't just the Mike Vrabel redemption game. I think it's the Drake May redemption game as well, and he has a chance to make him pay this week. So we'll start it off there at 617-779-0985. I see the whole crew back there. We got Skaz. We got Street Team Joe Collins here tonight learning the show as well. We'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on The Sports Hub.
27, 20 yards or more. So I'm not ready to take the L yet. The reason why I did not want Josh McDaniels to be the offensive coordinator is because his offense is predicated on sometimes 12 personnel, slot receivers, getting the ball out quick, and anything that's between 8 yards and further. And I just thought that Drake May was the type of guy that needed to air it out. He needs to be able to be elusive in the pocket, get outside the pocket, make big plays. That's who he is. They've allowed him to do that. So credit to Josh McDaniels. I'm giving Josh McDaniels credit, everybody. Credit Josh McDaniels for either getting out of the way or opening it up, realizing, man, this kid's got mobility. Let's open it up. 20 of 27, 75%. Every time he throws a deep ball, I feel like it's completed. And now what I notice is it's always one-on-one plays. It's never, multiple coverages or anything like that or double teamed. Last year it was, though. And that interception that he threw, he had Booty over the middle. He didn't throw it deep enough. I think if he threw it deeper on that interception, he would have been able to convert the play. So that's an impressive number. 20 of 27, 75% this year for Drake May. So I think it's also a revenge game for him. That play that they scored on, he was gassed. So even though I'm critical of the fact that they went for the extra point, they still had a game. They still had a chance to win the game, so I'll go with it. But I just felt like at that time when Gerard Mayo was asked about it, why didn't you go for two? He couldn't even answer the question. You're the coach of the damn team. And I almost wonder if he wanted to be out there, right? I almost wonder if he was like, let's go for two. He was gassed. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But I think it's a revenge game for him as well. So the phone number here is 617-779-0985. Even Josh McDaniels today said one thing about Drake May is he's been excellent on the deep ball. So, tell us something we don't know. But there you have it. It is also the return this week of Mike Vrabel. So far, Mike Vrabel and the Patriots, they're saying all the right things this week. Last week, it's don't win one for the Gipper. But don't you kind of feel like the Patriots are going to rally around Mike Vrabel this week and just look to bury them? Just bury the Titans. Their ownership stinks. Everyone gets fired. They don't really even have good players anymore. I know Mike Vrabel wants this one. He's downplaying it. But isn't that what Belichick used to do about the Jets or certain coaches would do all the time? Reading from Andrew Callahan of the Boston Herald, Mike Vrabel will be going for the throat in Tennessee. Mike Vrabel says his history there is unimportant, but it's a clever deflection. Do you really believe Vrabel's return to Tennessee means nothing? That he wants anything less than to rub the Titans' faces in their owner's mistake on Sunday? And his personal feelings, and now leading another organization that has won 4 games in 6 games, while the other team and the last coach was just fired winning 4 games overall. So Vrabel's not going to admit he's chasing revenge, but you know what? This is a revenge spot. So if we're not going to at least say that it's a revenge spot for Vrabel, I'm going to go with it for Drake May. Right? But these are the games that you get up for, and I think the other players get up for it. And, as a bettor, this would be a spot. Well, I thought last week was the trap game, but this would be a spot where you would want to back the home underdog 3 straight road games in a row, not to mention the coach got fired. There's always that kind of bounce. But to me, it's just not going to get in the way this week. It's just not. These guys now, I talked about this trust with Mike Vrabel players have. Now that they're winning, everybody, everyone's a leader now, right? Stephon Diggs is a leader now. Everyone's just leading in the clubhouse. No, it's because they're winning football games. That's why. But when you're winning and you have a chance to go for the throat, Now you're going to have some fun. So I think this week is the one that they get their ground game going where, whether it's Stevenson or Henderson or whoever else they bring in, they really run the football down Tennessee's throat. Patriots aren't one of the best. They're like 29th in the league at running the football. I guarantee they're going to look like one of the best running teams in the league this week against Tennessee. They're going to run it down their throat. They're going to make a statement about it. And, even when Vrabel went up against Bill Belichick, I played there. Belichick, is great. Vrabel went in there and twisted the knife on him. That's what he did. So don't give me the there doesn't mean anything. You twisted the knife on Bill twice. You even used his own rule against him, and it pissed him off. So don't give me the no revenge stuff. What I will give you is Drake May following up from that interception at the end of last year. Just how far along has this kid come since that moment? And I can't help but bring up Gerard Mayo's name because it's just completely different. This kid was on an island last year. No talent. In that clip that we played about the touchdown, he was getting swarmed, getting chased. Nobody could block. But as far as Vrabel saying it's not a revenge game, come on. We saw you do this against Bill Belichick multiple times, and I'm sure you're going to do it against other guys that you don't like. But Adam Strunk, the owner there, I mean, you ever see that Grim Reaper photo? Skaz, it's a meme with the Grim Reaper behind the doors. Like, that's who she is as the owner of the Titans. So I don't know who's next. Mike Bergonzi? Like, who's next? I think it's going to be a really bad week for the Titans. And I mentioned those numbers. They give up 133 yards per game on defense. This year, their offense has scored 6 touchdowns. They average 13.8 points per game. The only win that they have was the luckiest bounce you've ever seen. They're 31st in the league in rushing, 32nd in passing. They've given up 25 sacks. Like the Patriots, they're going to twist the knife this weekend. They're going to run it on him, and Drake May is going to get his revenge along with Mike Vrabel. The line's what, 6.5? It's going to be a touchdown or more before kickoff. I don't think the odds, trends, revenge, any of that's getting in the way of the Patriots winning this week. And if you feel differently, you can call in and check me. 617-779-0985. We'll do more Patriots. I know a lot of talk about the trade deadline. What will the Patriots do? Maybe they'll make an impact trade. I think this is the year to do it. And there were more moves last year. Playmakers that went on the move on the deadline day. Patriots can certainly use it. I also think they can use a pass rusher as well. And I'll give you the update in a minute here. But they could be without one of their top pass rushers this week as well. So I did want to just touch on the Celtics last night. I had a chance to react after the game. And I wanted to get in on the Missoula versus the media stuff. I haven't gotten Skaz's take, I don't think, yet on that either. So we'll do that on the other side. I'm Joe Murray. We'll hit the headline. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential.
deflected away. The ball game is over. The Celtics needed a hero, and X going to give it to him.
The last second buzzer by Xavier Tillman. Can you hear the excitement in my voice? They finished the preseason 3-1. The one game that they lost, they gave up a 14-point lead with 3 minutes left in the game. Oh, and then, Jaylen Brown got hurt. He hurt his hamstring, left the game. That's great. It was just a solid preseason for the Celtics, After literally giving up on multiple people. Like, even before the game, they waived R.J. Lewis, who they traded Georgie Niang and picks for. So literally just dumped and got nothing. I think the Celtics are going to be competitive because they're not the dregs of the league. Do I think like maybe Orlando's better than them? Probably. But I don't think they're winning a championship this year. Let me, for those who didn't hear me last night, I'll do it again. I don't think the Celtics are winning a championship this year. I don't have any expectations. I don't care if Jason Tatum comes back in March. I don't think they're winning the championship this year. So if I get called a green teamer, I hope they heard me say this. I don't think they're winning a championship this year. But do I think they win between 41 and 44 games? Yes, I do. I still think they're going to be fine. They have no bigs. But let's just get back to that Jaylen Brown thing. Because Jaylen Brown in the final preseason game tweaked his hamstring, hurt his hamstring. No update on the hamstring, as we just heard a few minutes ago. No update. Nothing here. Jaylen Brown hurt his hamstring, everybody. The one guy that you don't want to go down hurt his hamstring. So after the game last night, Skaz gave me the old no. Because I said, why is he even playing? Why is he even playing? Why do they have Jaylen Brown playing in a preseason game? I understand that the Toronto had all their starters going last night. I get it. I get that it's a week away and you want them to get ready. They've been running a ton, right? Hey, he tweaks it last night. So you could say, oh, it's a fluke, Joe, whatever. I just don't know why he was playing. So, Skaz, would you like to reiterate my take on this? I think it was stupid he was playing last night.
So he's just supposed to sit for 2 weeks before the season starts?
A week.
I mean, it'd be longer than a week.
Yeah, I got a week.
I have no issues with Jaylen Brown playing last night.
Okay. He's hurt now. Now what?
You're screwed if he's actually hurt.
So it's okay that he played last night, but if he's hurt, you're screwed.
So what? You just got to put him in bubble wrap until the season starts?
Hey, well, my take last year, with Tatum out, you might as well put Brown down too. They're not tanking. They're not doing it. I know. That was my take originally. I still wonder why he played. Does anybody? Am I the only one that has a problem with him playing last night? Hey, just say yes, Joe.
Sure,
You're the
Joe.
only one.
Yes.
You're the only one. He's the only thing they have that's an all-star. Maybe Derek White, which I was going to get into in a little bit. I'm not doing this to stir the green pot or any of that. But, yes, Jaylen Brown does belong in bubble wrap. He does. Yes. Yes. Yes, he does. Bubble wrap him up. Double bubble wrap.
Drake May play in the preseason?
Hardly. I wish he played more.
Oh, you wish Drake May played more in the preseason?
Now that
Joe, hold on a second.
Now that we're in hindsight.
Hold on a second.
Now that we're in hindsight,
Drake May should have played more in the preseason.
So I will say next year, no preseason. So yes, do you see what I mean? Drake May's second year in the league. This guy's what, 8-9 years?
Tom Brady ever play in the preseason?
Not in that third game, the dress rehearsal though. No, not in that one. Not in that one. It was stupid. I'm sorry. It was stupid. I get it, Skaz.
It's only stupid because he got hurt.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's my point.
I'll tell you the thing that was stupider than that was the Joe Mazzulla playing against the media.
Okay, hold that one, because I haven't even unleashed that one yet. But let's talk out some Celtic stuff,
please.
I know we did our tiers last night of big men.
Oh,
which is, I think
an abundance of talent there.
I think it got burned. You might have wrote it down, but I think it got burned. Jaylen Brown's hurt. like if it's fine and he's back out there, people are gonna be like, blah, Joe, Jalen, blah. I got it. I know.
He's going for 40 on opening night.
Great. They're not winning the championship this year. So, Skaz, I don't want to be the negative guy that feels that way, but I'm not as high on the Celtics as everybody else.
Are people high on the Celtics this year? Well, Street Team Joe is, but that doesn't count.
Vegas isn't. 40 wins, that's not.
Not high.
I think Celtics fans have this wish of them being competitive and Tatum coming back.
I mean, isn't that what they should be wishing for?
Oh, just normal. Yes, just stay relevant until Jason Tatum comes back. What if something else happens to Jaylen Brown?
Or Derek White?
Derek White?
You're porked.
Oh, yeah.
Is that too simple? I mean, you're not a very deep team right now. You're relying on Josh Minot and Neemias Queta and Xavier Tillman to give you real rotation minutes this year. You don't have a lot of room for error there.
Green vomit. So, I can hear. Can you hear Skaz's tone? What else are they supposed to do? What else are you supposed to do? And this is my whole point. They're not winning a championship this year. They're playing Jaylen Brown in meaningless games. It's only meaningless because he got hurt. I got it. But, if he's not there, you're right. They're porked. Porked. The one thing the Celtics didn't want to see in their final preseason game was an injury. And it just happened to be their best player that's available with opening night a week away. Derek White did have a big night. Does he have a shot at being an all-star?
He has a better shot than Peyton Pritchard. I'll tell you that. But, yeah, I mean, I think guards are probably, the hardest in the East out of all the positions to be an all-star.
Does Jason Tatum being out of the lineup make his case for an all-star more?
Of course. Okay. He's going to draw better, or harder defensive assignments. He's going to have the ball in his hands more. Yeah.
Okay.
If the Celtics are good, it'll be because of Jaylen Brown and Derek White.
The Celtics are very good at campaigns. Remember Marcus Smart, sixth man of the year, or no, defensive player of the year. Malcolm Brogdon, sixth man. Joe Mazzulla's coach of the year.
Peyton Pritchard,
sixth man of the year. They're very good. That social media team, shout out. They love their campaigns. That's what I was feeling last night after the game. It honestly wasn't Jalen's hamstring. It was Derek White could be an all-star this year. Yeah, I didn't love last night, to be honest with you. I'm upset with Baylor Shireman. Thought he had a bad preseason. Jordan Walsh misses games. If I'm talking about these guys, they're not going to win a championship. Again, we did our tiers last night of big men on the Celtics. What was it again? Who's the best big man again? Did it change overnight?
Boucher. I think we landed
Bobby
on Boucher.
Boucher.
Yes.
His name is Chris, everybody. Chris Boucher. Who was a bench player for how long? How many games has he started in his career?
28, I think it was. After, 8 years in the league or something like that, he started 28 games.
I'm going to be the guy that brings up ownership. I know that everyone understands why they did it. I get it. It was just to save them money. That's all, though. It was just to save them money. They're not as good, everyone. They're just not as good. And now Jaylen Brown hamstring. These things linger. Look at Christian Gonzalez, still talking about him. Let's talk to Justin from Lynn. Justin!
Hey, Joe, I have a thought for you, bud. I agree with you. The Celtics are not going to win a championship. And I think they have pork debate because this is something you and I talked about a lot of times, Joe. Rough construction. I think they're going to be competitive, but I don't think they're going to win a championship or maybe not even make the playoffs, in my opinion, just because of the roster.
Whoa, out on the playoffs?
I feel. I mean, I don't want to be negative, but I feel that way.
Wow.
I feel this because of the way the roster is, Joe, and I don't feel like they have enough.
Right.
They have one guy, and I just don't feel like. That's just my opinion, Joe. I don't feel like they they have enough.
Thanks,
But
Justin. They don't have enough. You're right. I think it would be absolutely crazy if they didn't make the playoffs. Like crazy. Like if they're anything less than the 7th seed, I'd be embarrassed. I mean, with this play-in and everything like that, they should get in. I mean, we can talk playoffs. We can do that if you want. And I know that the Eastern Conference is whack. I got it. I know. There's a lot of running going on in the offseason, I heard. Remember that stream we played? Remember he was prank calling? We were playing the prank calls and everything. Him calling all the guys and he changed. So what? He just wasn't. So if he changed, nobody had his number, guys. Does that mean he wasn't communicating with anybody?
You got a new number, a new phone.
So, but what if you got a new phone? Does that mean that
You got to get the number out there.
But was he talking to guys in the offseason?
Yes. I think there were videos of him doing just so.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
You just got to stretch a little more, Joe. You got to stretch.
Or are they running a lot?
A lot of running. Lots of running.
Could that
pace and space?
Could that be a reason for the hamstring?
Certainly doesn't help.
Who's that on?
Do we going to put on the training staff?
Coach! They haven't even taken a 3 yet, and I blamed them. All right, we got to get into this media thing. Noah Dalzell, friend of the show, she wrote about it, and I'm sure it was great for her. She played sports. Her dad was a former professional athlete. Like, she's in there every day grinding. So I'm sure it was really nice for her to play against the team. I get all that. But I think there's just his double down. Is that the word? Double down? His explanation, I'm not buying. I'm not buying it. I kind of like Missoula because he's a little crazy. But at the same time, like, you got to justify this one to me. We'll do that, guys?
We got some clips of him on the midday show clarifying.
He was. I didn't hear this.
Yes, we'll play those coming back.
Please, thank you. I need to hear it. All right, so yes, the media played the Celtics coaching staff, and I think they covered by 54 points. I can't remember what it was, but they scored 4 points. 4 points. 4. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe.
It was supposed to be the media and coaches game?
It was supposed to be media versus media.
Oh, okay.
Is what it usually is. Joe Masula said, I have a fun little twist for you guys. You're actually playing us.
Okay. And I heard why he did it.
I just had a couple questions after hearing those cuts, Joe. He said, level the playing field. We get out there in a competitive environment with them. Is that game competitive?
It was not competitive.
Was that a competitive environment?
Nope.
Was the playing field level in that situation?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering after hearing those cuts.
So that's why so when I heard about it at first, I went, this guy's a wacko.
Hardo, I think, is a better term.
Yeah, hardo, fine. Hardo, wacko, whatever. Then I've actually, now I put thought into it. Now I've been
It's air fried.
It's kind of cool. Like,
For...
I actually do, like Noah and John Corrales and those guys, like, I think they probably were like, man, we got our asses kicked. We got humbled today.
They expected to win that game.
No. What I'm saying is I think they were humbled, definitely humbled.
But in what they like before game, they thought Joe Mazzulla was bad at basketball. They thought Emil Jefferson, who played at Duke, was not going to dominate them.
I just think that no, I don't think they had any expectations at all. I think they were just getting a sweat with their workouts, is what they thought, with their buddies. What I mean by humbled is they got smoked. But what I'm going with the humble thing is, that's Joe Mazzulla's got to get up on them on that. Yeah, it's a hardo move. This didn't do anything for their relationship. Are you kidding me? What the hell did this do to help the basketball team?
Well,
what did it do to help the basketball team?
I mean, the coverage of the basketball team is already the softest in town. I think everyone would agree with that. And now it might even be softer because you've humbled the media. Then now they know that you're going to dunk on them.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't get it.
No, I do think they humbled them because we worked the game last night.
I think of all the media in town, Celtics media needed the least humbling. I think they bow down to the Celtics as is.
As is, you're absolutely right. And again, they asked him today. They asked today because I didn't hear it. We were here last night. Did they ask Joe Mazzulla about Jaylen Brown?
Yes. Would you like to hear him post game?
Yes, please.
1 second here.
I'm still waiting.
Joe, any update on Jaylen?
No, there is not one. I think he'll be okay. I just talked to him after. He said he'd be fine, but I didn't get a full update. I'm sorry.
Did he embarrass them?
Yes.
How does this help? So this
what is the lesson he's teaching them? That's what I'm more curious about. The bonding.
My take is this. If this guy doesn't win a championship last year, 2 years ago, whatever it is, he can't do this. You kidding me?
And if they really wanted to bond and have a competitive environment, mix and match. Do some coaches with them like mix the coaches and the media teams together and then play a game.
Yeah.
And then you're actually in a competitive environment where you have to work together as opposed to against each other.
Yeah, like what we would do at the park.
Yes.
Hey, Joe and Skaz, you guys are the captains. All right, cool.
Yeah. Make Mazzulla and Noah the captains or whoever.
Give me Sam Cassell, please.
Yes.
I want Amari, whatever.
Emil Jefferson.
Emil Jefferson. I want him. Thank you.
Grab some rebounds.
Yeah, and then after the game, everyone, eats a. They share their popcorn, Cracker Jacks, and a sausage.
Yeah, I just think if anyone else did this, we'd be ridiculing them.
Ridicule. This is my point, is that when do we start to be like, this guy won a championship? The next year, their philosophy did hurt. Let's just be honest. The fact that they doubled down against the Knicks was stupid. Stupid. And now, in the preseason, you know what? I know what I call this? Karma. This is karma. You play the media, you humble their ass, you embarrass the crap out of them, and then Jaylen Brown pulls his hamstring. Karma! The Celtics aren't going the right way. They're not going in the right direction, people. I know it's been great here. They've made the playoffs how many years in a row? They've gone over 40 wins how many years in a row? Brad Stevens can do no wrong. They literally gave up picks and players and waived the guy for nothing. Like the new ownership. I'm from here, and I believe in winning. And Wick going like, yeah, man, I got 3 championships. I want to add. I want to be like Jordan.
See who was courtside last night?
Who was it?
That was Wick and Bill.
Oh, great.
Best buds.
Yeah, let's extend the halftime show that I work because Mark Wahlberg's going to film a damn movie. That was just me throwing.
Seems like a personal vendetta.
That was personal. There.
I also don't like Mark Wahlberg, so I'm with you.
That was personal. I apologize. I let my own feelings get in the way. Hardo move. That's not humbling. It's embarrassing. You embarrassed a bunch of pencil pushers. I don't know. I don't know what else. I don't know how else to say this.
I would say the only thing. What's the word here? The only thing more, I don't know, embarrassing, outrageous than the Celtics media and coaches playing and the score was Chris Broussard's reaction to the game where
I didn't hear this.
Oh,
well, I'll say
give
this.
Me a quick second.
The Joe Murray research team has reached out to me. He says, was Missoula pissed off at the media for questioning him about the 3-point philosophy and whether or not he was planning to make adjustments to the season? So he decided to embarrass them? Question mark. How about this one? If J.J. Redick did this in L.A.,
how would that get go? 4 hours on it on 2 to 6.
No, for real. If he did it in L.A., how's that work?
Not a good look, I don't think. Chris Broussard tweeted, after quote tweeting the Celtics tweet of Joe and the coaching staff woke up and shows violence, Chris Broussard says, "What the heck has happened to the NBA media? Back in the day, myself, Stephen A., Mike Wise, Jerry Bembry, Matt Steinmetz, the media Larry Bird, Sean Powell, and Rick Bucher are taking out Missoula and co."
If I was there, I'd be taking their asses out too. I'd be like, Joe, you want to go toe-to-toe with Joe? We got ourselves the Joe show. I will say he's cerebral, though.
Who?
Joe Mazzulla, he's cerebral.
I thought you were talking about Chris Broussard for a second. No, certainly not.
So I mean, if I would box out Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah, I heard Fred saying, they should have thrown some hard fouls. Yeah, I would have been.
I would have set a screen on his ass.
Yes.
Now it's fine if he is a former Division I. I mean, let's call it what it is. Joe Mazzulla is a former professional athlete.
Yeah, and what is the message he's sending the softest media in town? They already, handled the Celtics with kid gloves.
They didn't barely ask about Jalen Brown. Did you even play?
I played it. It's so quick you forget.
That's what I'm saying. It happened so fast. We didn't get on this last night. Wow. Okay. I hope people can understand we've always been critical of the Celtics. You just think no, they were the best team. They were the best team for 2 years. They got punked by the New York Knicks last year. Punked. And now their coach is embarrassing the softest media in town? This guy would not get away with this if he didn't win a championship.
This is like college football when Alabama and Georgia have those cupcakes early on in the season just to get the vibes going in the right direction.
Remember when Bill O'Brien got hired, the first thing I said was he's suspect. Why did I say he's suspect? Because he dropped 52 against the Citadel and 49 against Beaver State. Okay? So suspect. He did nothing against a quality opponent in college. What makes you think he's going to fix Mac Jones? And now look at him at BC.
It all comes back to Bill O'Brien.
Maz had a great take today of why I hate offensive coordinators.
Please.
The gamblers. When I watch the game, and I say, nice little curl route right over the middle. Get that first down, baby, milk that clock. No, it's a dive up the middle. Stopped one-handed by the defensive lineman. And I just say, this guy sucks. Because he does. All right, I ranted. That was a rant. Joe Mazzulla got to explain himself. Yeah, I thought it was a really good moment. You go to work every day. We go to work every day. We got to humble your ass. Yeah. I don't know, Joe. I don't know about that one, Joe. Oh, and then, you played him in the preseason game? Someone goes, it's like you challenging a fat kid in second grade to an eating contest. Well, I couldn't tell if that was a shot at me or the little kids. I mean, those little kids can eat.
Is that a backhanded compliment? I don't even know.
If I was at Friendly's, who'd win the Fribble race? All right, let's hit the headline. I went late there. Let's hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Tell Your Time Studios, WBZ FM and HD1. It's not just the game.
Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Missoula. Sorry. I'm trying to think, like, what's a scenario in high school that could happen? Like, is that like the varsity playing the freshmen? Like they're really getting a workout?
I mean, not even, because at least the freshmen are practicing every day. Like, the media ain't practicing every day. Going home and writing on their laptops.
So how many guys we have here right now? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like them playing against the four of us without a fifth man. Full court. I'm just trying to give another scenario. Like, this is... Who'd play point? Skaz, you'd have to be the point guard. We got a lot of bigs here. I'll post you up, though. I'm down there, man. I can shoot. I can box. There's Street Team Joe got game?
He said he'll run the point if you need him to.
What about Colin? He's kind of tall. He's soft-spoken. Does he got a hook shot?
Said he hasn't played basketball in a long time.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Probably like most of the writers, I would have. Or maybe, they play pickup, I've seen.
Yeah, he's from Abington, though, so...
You and your vendetta against Abington.
Abington sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I apologize to the people from Abington. It's just... you have, like, there's these two towns that are there, Weymouth and Abington, and I just think that they're, like, the worst. And I don't know what it was. Maybe it's 'cause I grew up in Hyde Park, and we'd go to anything past the Braintree Mall was, like, out, Don't know why. I mean, there's some good spots. I like a couple of places. I go to a weed spot out there. Great dispensary out there. Canavana. Great place. I like them. Jeff, he's in Rhode Island. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's going on, Joe? How you doing tonight?
I'm hanging in there.
All right. I want to start this off by saying I'm anything but a green teamer. I'm a Bruins guy. I love the Celtics, but the green teamers pissed me the heck off. Half of them didn't even root for the team 5 years ago when Tatum wasn't on the team. But what I want to say is I just wanted to see what you think about Baylor Shireman. I'm a Providence College fan, so I've been following him since he played at Creighton, and he's one of the best centers coming out of that conference in a while. And honestly, not a lot of players in a really good conference like that get a chance in the NBA, so I'm excited to see what he does in the Celtics.
Baylor, are you sure we're talking about the right person here? Center, you said?
Yeah, Baylor Shireman.
He's not a center.
He's not a center? My bad.
Who are we talking about? Oh, he hung up.
What a call. What a call. 6'6" Baylor Shireman, center.
Big man.
He's a shooting guard, a 2. Maybe a 3 in some instances.
No. The season hasn't even started yet. Oh, no. The coach is putting the media on blast. Jaylen Brown pulls his hamstring, and nobody knows who Baylor Shireman is. It's sad. This is
one of the best centers in college basketball, Joe.
Sorry, who? You mean Amari Williams last year at Kentucky? Baylor Shireman?
Not a center.
The guy who played at South Dakota?
Is he thinking of like Ryan Kalkbrenner or something? I don't know who he's thinking of.
Yeah, Kalkbrenner was good.
Yeah, good center.
Baylor Shireman went to South Dakota first and then went to Creighton. Was Big East Player of the Year.
Yeah, sure. He was a Jackrabbit before he was a Blue Jay.
Oh, I remember. I mean, he's like 25, right?
He is 25. Just turned 25.
I hope that they have held him back because it is crazy how bad he was this preseason. We talked about this last night. I have an X factor. It's not Xavier Tillman. Sorry. My X factor for the Celtics this year is Josh Minot. Ooh, what does Street Team Joe have?
Believe someone dropped off muffins earlier in the day.
Muffin House.
Yes, so he's putting them in the kitchen so he doesn't eat them.
Oh,
it's being proactive.
Does he have a muffin addiction?
I don't believe so. I think they're just, if they're in here too long, the temptation is too great.
So I'm going to tell you, it was fantastic. I had one. The blueberries were like cold still. Like, oh, it was so good. But dude, I think it knocked me out.
Joe, what do you mean the blueberries were cold still?
The blueberries were like,
weren't they cooked in the muffin?
Yes, but I think that like when they put the blueberries in, I think they like smushed them and made them really like big still. Maybe like and then they put them in the muffin. And then they put it in the. There was a strawberry one too. There was a cranberry something. The coffee cake. The Muffin House, which I guess is part of the Dondero Bedard angle that somehow I got wrangled into. I used the word wrangle. Anyways, we ended up getting muffins out of it. What are the Celtics going to get out of this? Joe, remember that time that you did the crossover on me? Was that a travel? And was that the same move that Cade Cunningham used in the third quarter tonight on his matchup versus Jordan Walsh? Yes.
They're going to be less critical of his coaching now because they know how good at basketball he is. They had no idea before that game.
That's what it was, yeah.
They didn't know.
So, Joe, when you shoot, we used to practice beef, the balance, elbow in, the eye on the basket, and the follow through. Are you saying that we should not up fake anymore when we get the ball? We should just shoot it? Because that's what you guys were working on the night against us. They were doing full court presses, guys. Dude, my high school team, we won the championship. So flex. Okay, but we did the diamond press and nobody could stop it. The second that ball went through, if it went into the corner, you getting double teamed, and there was a violation. We were getting the ball back.
The good old diamond.
That's right, the diamond press. And what we would do is we'd have a guy on the ball, and wherever the ball went, he went. And when he ran out of gas, we subbed him out and put somebody else in. Is that what they're doing? Like, this is some real Hoosier stuff. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Now, granted, if I was out there, I would have said, Joe, I'm fat. Are we really running full court diamond press? I would have been calling him out. I would have live broadcasted it. I would have went on my phone. I would have went on Twitter live, and I'd be like, "This jerk."
Do you consider it bullying, Joe? What happened?
Yes.
Your guy
on the actual term, no. But were they bullied? Yes.
Your guy John Zan has taken a lot of heat for saying he deleted a tweet, I believe, where he said it was bullying because of the backlash he received. Now, I would not go that far, but I do. I just don't understand the what was to gain.
Well, I want to ask Brian Barrett, but let's talk to John in Sudbury. Hey, John.
Hey, Joe. There's really only one way for the media to redeem themselves in this situation, and that's to challenge the coaches to some type of essay writing contest or typing or that's essentially what they did with basketball against a bunch of writers. So just flip it on the basketball players.
Yeah. Hey, do you think Joe Mazzulla could host a show 4 hours by himself?
I would love to hear the stories he would tell.
Joe Mazzulla, please. The night show's yours. Any night you want it, it's yours. I'll cut all.
What would you challenge him to, Joe? If you had to bring him into the Joe Murray arena, what would be the challenge?
Blindfold food eating contest.
You would have to identify roast beef sandwiches.
I don't know. Can we work on that?
You've always said chicken wings, or
yeah. Can he snap a football?
Oh, they're at center competition.
One more. Will in the car.
Yeah, so you were saying that the Celtics are kind of a lock for the playoffs.
Yeah.
So who are the top 10 in the Eastern Conference? Like, they're really better than 7 other teams or whatever it is?
Yep, they're better than the Nets. They're probably better than the 76ers. They're probably better than the Bulls. They're probably better than the Hornets. They're probably better than the Heat. They're better than the Wizards. That's what, 7 teams there?
Okay. So they'll get...
Do you disagree?
I think they're a playing team. I think they'll probably be. I mean, they'll get into that playoff format, but I think you said like the 7th seed. I'm like, that's pretty high. I don't know. I mean, this is a pretty thin roster.
I'll give you the Celtics, New York Knicks, Raptors, Cavs, Pistons, Pacers, Bucks, Hawks. That's 8.
Okay. So who's the other 2 play-ins then that get into that?
It would either be the Heat and Bulls.
Okay. We'll find out.
We
All
will.
right, thanks.
We will find out. All right. Let's talk to Brian Barrett. I want his thoughts on this. He's from The Ringer. I'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
I got a little carried away on that Missoula stuff. I just think it's such a hardo move. Like, let's beat up on the media who are awful. It just I hated it. And karma because Jaylen Brown hurt his hamstring. What does Brian Barrett think about that of the Ringer? Brian, how are you, sir? What do you think of the coaches versus writers basketball game?
Well, I mean, not the best performance of all time from the writers, 57-4. But the one thing that I will say, as it pertains to the media game, Joe, is Scal wasn't there. Eddie House wasn't there. I feel like if you're going to play a media game, you got to at least give them a chance with a couple of former NBA players that just so happen to work for the Celtics television network. I mean, wouldn't that have been fair? Like, I don't know if Eddie House, I don't know what type of playing shape he's in. I know Scal is always playing. He's got his AAU team. So get those two guys on there. Then I think we got at least, I don't want to say a fair fight, but at least you got two former NBA players going against that team, because that team is all guys that at least played at the very least in college, right? At least give them the opportunity with two guys that were part of the Celtics championship team. Obviously, House had a bigger role.
They embarrassed them though. Like that was stupid.
Yeah.
Like what can the writers do now to get back at them? Like what? Hey, you guys write stories now. Like I want Joe Mazzulla to host a 4-hour show by himself now. See how that goes. And I'll coach the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that show would go. I think it'd be a lot of UFC. It'd be a lot of like one of the Ringer podcasts, the Rewatchables. I think he'd just go through what happened in the town. I don't know what else he would get into, right? I mean, I know he's into like, what did he show lately? Like a seal video or something? Like seals, like how they work together or something?
The whales.
Oh, the whale, yeah. So maybe he'll show that. But yeah, I think he'd have a tough time hosting a 4-hour solo radio show. From somebody that's done it in the past, Joe, it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
How many people have said to you, yeah, I can do that? Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I know people can do it, but can you really do it? You know what I'm saying? And then there's ratings, and then there's advertising, and then there's there's a lot of things involved in that. Hey, was it karma, though, that Jaylen Brown got hurt? Like, here he is running everybody all summer long, and in the final game, before the final preseason game, he tweaks his hammy.
Yeah, I don't know if it was karma. It's terrible that Jaylen dealt with something and let's see what the extent of the situation is, but it's unfortunate because, like, you're watching the game and you're concerned about Jaylen. Is he going to be available for the season opener? Is, soft tissue, is this something that's going to linger throughout the season? And then you look up, and I know you were watching the game last night, Joe, and in the fourth quarter, late, Derek White's still out there. The Raptors had already pulled their guys. It's a preseason game. Derek White already had like 30 points. The guy plays 35 minutes. Like, what I don't understand from Mazzulla in that particular situation is, dude, your best player just went down with, or your best player is out for the foreseeable future with the Achilles situation with Jason Tatum. Your second best player is now going back to get evaluated for some hamstring situation. And then the third best player on the team, you're going to play him for 35 minutes? Like, I had no idea what he was he trying to set a tone to get a win? You're playing against the Raptors backups at that point. I just had no idea what he was doing. Even Pritchard, to a lesser extent. What did Pritchard end up with? 33 minutes in the game? There's no need for that.
Thank you. Listen, do I think they're better than the 40 wins that are projected in Vegas at a sports book? Yeah, I do. But I just, to me, not a good start to the year, and I just don't think he can do these things if he didn't win a championship and Tatum wasn't out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't like it, but I don't want to eat up too much of your time on this. But I wanted to ask you about Alex Bregman, who opted out of his contract with the Red Sox. What are you feeling here? Obviously, his agent. Maybe Detroit, maybe Houston's on the list. Why? How does it help the Red Sox, him opting out?
I don't think it really does at all, quite frankly. And from his perspective, too, like, I understand he's a Boris guy, but I know John Heyman, who, of course, has the connection with Boris, says, hey, all these teams are interested in Alex Bregman. I don't know if I really buy that. And does he want to go play for a team like Detroit? And I know Detroit made it to the postseason and all that. But that's a Detroit ballpark where that would be really tough dimensions for Alex Bregman. Like, Fenway's the perfect setup for him. If he goes to Detroit, if you look at the expected home runs, only two places in Major League Baseball he would have hit less home runs this year than if he goes and plays at Comerica. So I just don't know what the market is. And then the other thing that I would say as it pertains to Bregman is I think the Red Sox are in a really weird spot because obviously you had the Rafael Devers situation to begin the year. And I don't want to relitigate the trade and all that. But the point is you moved on from that guy and he was not playing third base anymore. You bring in a third baseman. So if Alex Bregman goes elsewhere, right, are you in a situation where, hey, we're starting Meyer every day at second base? So that's, or excuse me, at third base where he has also proven he can't stay healthy. And then with Bregman, he's entering his 32-year-old season. And I just have legitimate questions now about his health. Clearly, he was not the same player when he came back. And by the way, this is his best season really since 2019. And then he got injured. So are we sure he's going to be the guy that we saw in the first half of the season? You know, I'm watching the Dodgers-Brewers game, and it's like, hey, Mookie Betts, third most doubles in the history of the postseason. He's going to win the Gold Glove at shortstop. And this is the guy that the team did not want to bet on at that particular point in time. I digress, but I look at, like, if you're looking at a player that makes more sense, it would be Pete Alonso, right? Like, if you just look at last season, the Red Sox were 15th in home runs. They were 21st in strikeout rate. If you look at the 4 teams right now that are actually still playing in the postseason, 2 of them were in the top 5 in strikeout rate, and 2 of them were in the top 3 in home runs. With the hit and miss in this lineup, it's a lot easier for the Red Sox to add thump. And the other thing about Alonso, he plays every day. He's entering year 31-year-old season, 37 home runs the last 5 seasons, 37 in 142, 40 in 160, 46 in 154, 34 in 162, 38 in 162. He has the 3rd most home runs over the past 5 seasons behind Schwarber and Judge. This team desperately needs power. I think it's a bigger need, but I also think now they're in a position, do they have to bring Bregman back? Another guy that I would look at if Bregman isn't going to come back is there was all these rumors around Marte. And if you look at the 2 players, if you compare Bregman the past 2 seasons to Marte the past 2 seasons, like, it's not close who's the more productive player. And oh, by the way, Marte's also on a contract that pays him about $20 million per season, when clearly Bregman's looking for about $40 million. And if you just look at it over the past few years, like, the numbers aren't really close. I mean, Marte is 10.9 wins above replacement, 9th. Bregman's 30th at 7.7. Everything up and down. Like, the OPS for Marte, 913 over the past 2 seasons, 5th. Bregman's 791 at 39th. OBP favors Marte. Hard hit rate favors Marte. All these things. So the Red Sox have now put themselves in a really weird position because of the opt-out, because of the Devers situation, where it's almost like, I think fans are going to be pissed if they don't bring Bregman back. So I'm not trying to defend the Red Sox. I'm just saying, like, Bregman on a 4-year deal, like, Marte's the same age. Alonso's a year younger, who's had no injuries in his career. I just don't know if Bregman's the best avenue, despite all he meant to the organization.
Yeah, I mean, right now they don't have Bregman or Devers. They don't have a first baseman, second baseman, and what if Trevor Story opts out? Like, I just think that this offseason they need a starting pitcher and a bat, and this isn't a good start.
No, it's not a good start at all. And that's the thing, right? Like you mentioned, the starting pitching. They need a starting pitcher, too. They need a definite number 2, because how bad was Bayo down the stretch of the season? I mean, he pitched with fear in that game against the Yankees. A guy that historically he had a ton of success against in Aaron Judge, he was scared to pitch to the guy. And look, his numbers in September completely fell off a cliff. I was very disappointed because it looked like he had sort of taken that step that he can be a middle of the rotation guy, but you can't bank on that. So, like, I bring up Marte. Well, if you're after Marte, you also, if you're after Joe Ryan, you got to give up prospects for one of those 2 guys. So that's where you're just kind of behind the 8 ball because of the whole situation with Bregman and this opt-out. Like, the Red Sox desperately, like, the good thing is, all right, you feel good about the 8th and the 9th inning, despite Whitlock in the playoffs. That was more about the pitches than anything else. You could tell, like, his legs were done. But you feel good about the 8th and the 9th inning. You feel good about your number 1 starter. You feel really good about your young 21-year-old superstar. But you need a right-handed hitter that can hit for power, and you need a number 2 pitcher in the rotation. And that's not an easy thing to do from an organizational standpoint, to add both those pieces. Like, yeah, you did it last year with Crochet and Bregman, but you really didn't do it with Bregman because Bregman was only here for 1 year. So I think they're in a, like, they took a step forward as an organization, but they're back in a really difficult sort of offseason again because of what they don't have under contract.
All right, Brian Barrett of The Ringer joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So we did some Celtics, we did some Red Sox here. Drake May, I mean, I think it's a revenge game, not for Vrabel, for Drake May. Remember he had the touchdown at the end of the game last year and then threw the interception late to win it? I'm still pissed at Gerard Mayo for not going for 2, but that's how things are different so far this year, right? Like, Vrabel's got control, letting him do his thing, while Mayo at the time wouldn't even answer why they didn't even go for 2. Or was it because he was running around? So I think it's a revenge spot for May as much as it is Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I agree with both points. And I totally had forgot about that with Drake May, but certainly, that makes sense. And the Mayo thing. Like, how many examples of that did we have last year? It's just so refreshing. They have a competent coach. And by the way, Joe, I did think that was a really good challenge last week. And for what it's worth, even though they're out of the playoff picture, I think the Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. Like, if you're projecting long term here.
Brian, thank you for answering the questions. I'm glad you watched the games.
But anyway, like, man, I can't see a way that the Titans stay in this football game. Like, you look at their offense, they're last in yards per play. They're 31st in points per game. They're 32nd in points per drive. They're last in yards per drive. And it's like, hey, the new coach bump. Well, it's Mike McCoy. And don't you get offset? You mentioned Drake revenge, but also the Vrabel revenge. Don't you sort of get a bump when the guy is irritated that, first of all, you traded A.J. Brown and then you got rid of him? Like, I think Vrabel's going to be really irritated. I think he's going to be willing to run up this game. And the reality is, you look at Drake May right now, it's really difficult to argue that he's not playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Deep passing, over 20-plus air yards like we saw last week. He's second in completion percentage. He has a 156.3 passer rating, by far the best in the NFL when he throws the ball more than 20 yards in the air. That is downright incredible. You look at Kayshon Boutte. When he's targeted this year, he's catching north of 75% of his passes. Of players that have an average depth of target north of 14 yards, there's 15 of them in the league. He's number 1 in reception percentage out of those guys. He's been unbelievable. We saw what Diggs did for 2 weeks. And this is with an offense that is dead last in expected points added by the rush, and an offense that is dead last in success rate with the run. Like, they can't get the run game going, and the team is still able to come out there and just dominate because Drake May has been so good. Like, Joe, I'm actually looking at alternate lines. Like, I cooked up a little parlay here for plus 421. Patriots to cover 13.5, so to win by 2 touchdowns. Patriots over 24.5 points. They've played 2 good offenses this year in terms of the Titans. Both of them put up a ton of points. The Colts put up, 41 on them. And Travion Henderson for an anytime touchdown, because I think this is the week, at least try to get Travion going. And that would be my one critique of last week is, can we stop with the 4th down runs? Just go for the jugular. Your quarterback has proven, like, he was barely throwing interceptions in that game. Why are you scared to throw with him on 1st down? If nothing else, he'll just run, and he's not going to put the ball on the ground to give the opponent more time on the clock. Like, he's smart enough to do that. I mean, I can't get over how good he is, Joe. I know you've probably been talking about it all week, but like, the highlight passes over the past couple of weeks, the one that he led Diggs to the 5 in the Buffalo game, like, that's almost impossible to do. 320-pound man trying to take him down, he still gets the throw off. The whole shot to Boutte. How about the play last week where he just flips it to Henderson, the instincts? The touchdown he threw to Boutte, he basically put it on him like it was a handoff, and his torso, his chest was facing the uprights when he makes that throw. So I think the Patriots right now, I would look at the future for them also to win the division based on what we've seen from the Bills and their defense. Maybe I'm getting a little too high on this team. I think the pass defense, which has not been great overall, it's been better since Christian Gonzalez has gone back. I didn't understand why they were playing so soft against Olave. If you're going to play soft, it should be against Shaheed, who's the guy that can beat you over the top. But sorry, that's a complete digression to your question. But I'm just really high on this Patriots team right now, and it's all because of the quarterback.
Yeah, I still think there's some tweaks, right? They need to get better every week, and I know that Vrabel's keeping that mentality. But yeah, if Drake May plays at the level that we've seen, they're going to steamroll through that such Swiss cheese schedule that they have. But you got to play the games that are in front of you, and I'll give you this one. The Titans, right, are the worst offense in football, but their defense gives up 133 rushing yards a game. So to your point, maybe this is the week that Travion Henderson gets going. But why do you think it's a McDaniels thing that running backs in their first year really don't get going? There's a history of it, right? Even going back to Lawrence Maroney, Shane Vereen didn't play, James White. There's just a lot of guys that don't play early on.
And I think the most surprising thing to your point about that, Joe, is he was so good in the preseason. Like, he had the touchdown return, but also he had some big runs. Remember, he ran over a defender or two. I forget which preseason game that was, but he looked so good coming out of the preseason. So I don't know if it's a McDaniels thing. The run game thing, I don't understand what they're trying to do with all these first down runs. But the other thing I would say is, I think McDaniels is a part of it. Like, he's got to figure out it schematically. But I also think the backs have been bad. Like, Travion Henderson, if you look at his rush yards over expectation, he's third worst in the NFL. Ramondre Stevenson was third last week when it comes to that category. And if you look also, like, it's not being schemed up rather. So if you look at the yards before contact per rush, Travion is at 1.6, which is 37th of 44 qualifiers. Ramondre is 42nd at 1.3 out of those 44. So it's not like they're getting these huge holes, but their numbers after contact are not great. It's weird looking at, like, trying to diagnose sort of how the line is doing, because it's been good in pass blocking situations for the most part. I think that's been a surprise. But, like, all right, ESPN's metric has the Patriots run block grade 7th in the NFL. Pro Football Focus has their run block grade like 24th. So I think it's a bunch of all those things. But I think, A, I would say it's scheme. B, I would say it's the running backs. I would put more on the running backs, actually, than I would McDaniels. And then last would be the offensive line. Because if the offensive line can be that good in pass protection, not saying they're the best line in the league, but if they could be better than average, I don't understand why they can't be good in the run game. So I'd put this more on McDaniels and the backs than I do the offensive line.
All right, man. What else is going on? Anything good?
Getting ready for this Bees game tonight, too, Joe. Like, that should be exciting. I've been pleasantly surprised by the way the Bruins played. Like, obviously, the other day, they come out, the effort's not there in the first period, clearly, and McAvoy has the turnover, Zadorov has the turnover, just sloppy. I like the way that they fought back in that game, and I don't know, is it me or is this like a different version of David Pastrnak? I know he's not putting up the goal-scoring numbers that we're used to seeing so far in the season. Of course, what's he get, the one goal in the season? But
he blocked that shot the other night.
Yeah,
that was huge.
And how about right after that? He just decked Kucherov. I'm like, hey, that's like one of the biggest critiques of Pastrnak is he won't throw his weight around. So I like the way they're playing. And I think the biggest thing that has happened for this team is Swayman is now playing. And I know it's early and he's only started 2 games, but he's playing like the goaltender we saw 2 years ago compared to the guy that we saw last year. And I was betting that we would see that guy more so than we saw the guy from last year, because that was just such a weird situation leading up to the season, the whole contract thing. Remember at one point he said, what was it? He wanted to make sure to look out for the goaltenders, to paraphrase, coming after him. It was just like a mess of a situation, whether you want to blame Swayman, whether you want to blame the Bruins, whether you want to blame both sides. But I do feel like at least, look, they're not going to light it up from a scoring perspective. I've been pleasantly surprised with, I think, Middlestats showing some stuff so far this year. And that first line, I think, is going to be really good. And the other thing I would say is, like, and I know this is sort of like a simplistic thing, when you look at Lindholm, he's like one of the best guys in the faceoff circle in the league. Yeah. Like, he's completely dominating there. And not to compare the players, clearly, but that's why the Bruins, part of the reason the Bruins had been so good defensively for so many years, Bergeron, like, never would lose faceoffs in the defensive end. And the same thing is going on. And I know it's early, 4 games, but Lindholm's always been good in the faceoff circle. So good to see him actually play well after a really frustrating season a year ago.
Yeah, and Minton, when they had that game winner, he won it in the defensive faceoff circle. It took it right up the ice. He could have passed it, didn't, and right in the back of the net. Hey, I got one more for you. What do you think the league should do about officiating after the game? So, for example, let's just say, like, a player goes off for 3 touchdowns. Then he gets drug tested the next day, right? What do you think sports can do about the officials after they've had bad games?
Yeah, are you saying, like, the guy that was from Buffalo that refereed the game last week?
Yeah, or like the Pats. Like, I mean, you watched the game; it was horrific,
terrible.
But it was also in the the Auburn game again with Georgia, right? I thought the Seattle extra innings game, the umpire was horrible.
Yeah. Oh, that Georgia Auburn game, that may have actually been worse than the Patriots. Actually, no, I take that back, because the phantom one on Diggs, the first one on Diggs was terrible, and the second one on Diggs was pretty bad. I mean, look, I guess by the letter of the law you could call that, but that's really ticky-tacky. But the first one just made absolutely no sense. I know the NBA releases like this 2-minute report, but what does that do, right? Like, you get the 2-minute report, it's like, oh, we screwed up that, but it doesn't change the game. What I don't understand is how it feels like to me, there has been, I don't know if it's an edict from the league, but it feels like to me, and I don't have the numbers behind this, they're throwing more flags for some reason. And the other thing that I would say is it feels like ever since instant replay became part of sports, officials have just become worse. And I don't know if that's just me imagining it because we didn't get all these reviews before. Like when I was growing up, we didn't get a review after every play. You could see an instant replay, but we didn't complain as much about like the calls because you didn't have challenges and all that back in the day. But yeah, I mean, baseball, it's easy. Just be able to challenge like we saw in the All-Star game, like we saw during spring training. I mean, that to me is one of the easiest fixes. But the NFL, I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know if it's like the NBA had this problem where a bunch of like their top tier officials had retired over the past 5 years. It feels like with the NFL, like that crew the Patriots had last week was terrible. And then you watch the Sunday night game, they wanted to throw a bunch of flags in that one too. It feels like they're legitimately almost like ruining sort of the watching experience at times. Like, I guess the Goff penalty was technically a penalty, but why are you taking that away? Like, did it really affect the play?
You can't review that play, but yet they took it away.
Yeah, so that was annoying to me too. I don't know. Like, do you have a solution? Do you suspend guys? Do you send them down? Do you send them to Europe?
You know what they should do? Like, you know, in was it the Premier League or whatever it is? You know, when like somebody sucks, they just like kind of oust them out of the league for a year. Like,
yeah, relegation.
Exactly. They should relegate them. Like, have like a ref tiers. Like, you know how the announcers have tiers, right? You know, we get the best announcers and then the worst is Spiro Didis, who I actually kind of like. Like, they should have it like that. You know what I mean? I know that there's, 8 games or so. There's probably, 10 games a week. So you need how many guys? 40, 50 refs? So, I mean, right. It is, I know. Just make them full-time, will you? You mean to tell me that Jerry Jones can't find these guys no-show jobs full-time? Like, come on.
Yeah, well, I guess I said Europe. I guess NFL Europe obviously hasn't existed in a long time. Maybe you send them to the XFL or whatever that league is called now. Maybe you send them there for a little bit and see if they can work on their craft a little bit there. But yeah, it's gotten to a point where it's frequently becoming a talking point, right? Like, and that's a problem for the league. Like, good thing the Patriots won that game, because if they lost that game, and look, they were bad for the Saints at times too. Like, I did think there was a makeup call right after that. Who was it? Was it Kyle Williams, right? Was it Kyle Williams? They drew a pass interference where I'm like, I don't know if that's a pass interference, but I guess we'll take it so the Patriots can continue this drive. But yeah, it just feels like they're way too into like making the game about them. And then the one other thing, you mentioned that broadcast team last week. I don't know about you, Joe, like with Adam Archuleta in that game, how many times were they going to praise the Patriots like receivers and talk about they need to establish the run when it's like, guys, do you see the throws that the quarterback is making? Like, this is the story of the game, not that the Patriots receivers are better than we expected, which is certainly true, and not the fact that they can't run the ball. Like, we understand that before these games, you have a meeting with Josh McDaniels and Vrabel and Drake May. You talk to these guys and they give you these talking points. We want to be able to run the football better. Our receivers are better than we expected, or we thought they were going to be better than everybody else did. But the game is in front of you, and the quarterback was 5 for 5 to start the game. He went into halftime with a perfect passer rating, and yet they kept talking about the receivers and the need to run the football for the Patriots. I'm like, guys, you're watching an unbelievable quarterback performance.
Well, what I would tell you is maybe turn the TV down, turn the radio up, and you can listen to Sosi and Zoe. That's where I am.
Well, and I might get a shout-out on that one. That's right.
Oh, yeah. Remember that, Skaz? Yeah, remember Brian Barrett? Who was the center that Zoe had there? It was Brian Barrett. Yes, you did. That's right. I'm glad you heard that, because I was we were chuckling about that for a while. All right, Brian, appreciate you, buddy. You check out all his work over at The Ringer. He's got the Off the Pike podcast as well. Good talking to you, man. We'll catch up soon.
All right, Joe. Have a good night, man.
You got it. He's Brian Barrett, everybody. Check out all his work. The Ringer. It's good stuff. All right, we'll take a quick break. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Bruins.
watching any of the NLCS?
I have, yes.
All right, now Shohei Ohtani's had some gambling things. His what was it? His interpreter took the fall for something.
And I saw something yesterday or the day before. There's some legs maybe to there's more involved.
Joe, I mean, I'm not a Dodgers fan because of Dave Roberts and Mookie Betts. I do kind of jump on the bandwagon. And you know, Ohtani's the best baseball player since Babe Ruth, so he is fun to watch. But I don't understand how bad he's not even trying. Like he's got some crazy corkscrew swing that he's not even trying to. It seems like he's like not even trying to make contact. He just struck out. He had a triple in the first inning, and the last at bat, he struck out 3 straight pitches. I just think something's really off with this guy. And
I mean, he pitched well, right? Last series.
Yeah, he had that one game. But do you think something might be going on with gambling? I don't know. It just seems weird to me that the best baseball player in the league is just this bad.
Hey, guess what?
Right now.
Baseball ratings are the highest it's been since 2010.
Yeah, no, I love the playoffs. I don't really watch much regular season.
So I would just know it, Bob. When they're that good, you just look away.
Yeah,
it's like in the movie The Town. You know, when the guy gets out, the cop.
That's the best part of the movie. That is the best part of the movie, where the cops sit there, read the Herald, and then the 4 masked gunmen come out with the nurses' outfits or whatever. And
hey, guess what?
His head.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, hey. The whole city of South Boston turned their head for 30 years when Whitey Bulger was running around.
Boy, we haven't had a reference in a while, Skez. How about Neil in the car? Neil.
Hey, how you doing, Joe?
How you doing?
It's an absolute pleasure, buddy.
You too.
So, going back to the Missoula conversation, what could be maybe something that's of equivalent? Not about him snapping the ball at center. You're at center. You're fully strapped in, shoulder pads, helmet. He's shoulder pads, helmet. You got 12 minutes. I'm sure if you played football, you used to play. You got the tackling dummy behind you. Just get to the ball. You got 12 minutes as center. He's the defense trying to get to that tackling dummy, and you just get to throw him around.
Listen, 12 minutes is too long. 12 seconds in.
Well, that's how long the quarter was that they beat the hell out of the reporters.
Yeah. You know what? How about just 12 times one-on-one?
Oh, it wouldn't take you. Yeah, it wouldn't take that long for him to be put right back in his place, just like he tried to put them in their place.
I'd pancake his ass.
Exactly. Over and over and over. And that's what they did to the reporters.
And then I'd lay on him because I was tired. And then I'd look for a ref and I'd pin him 1, 2, 3.
Exactly. And then he'd finally feel.
And then I'd give him the Hulk Hogan leg drop.
It's a somewhat Napoleonic complex. He's got to be the little guy with the big, tough attitude.
Yeah, but you know what, though? The players need to be challenged, right? I listen.
The players, not the writers.
I know. Yes. That's what's missing in this thing. Is writers.
Yeah, we're on an even playing field. All of us D1 athletes against you people who sit at a chair.
Now, Neil, may I just say this to you? I do a talk show, and I do sports talk, and I talk about other things that aren't sports. And, you know how many people say to me, Joe,
you're my favorite. Between you and then Fred and Hardy going over you in the morning, you're my two favorites. You can throw away the dial for me. I'm 98.5 all day, all night.
I appreciate that. But the laziest take I ever hear from callers is, it's not like Joe could do that. Blah, blah. Like, no, dude, I took this job so I could literally be fat and criticize everybody. So screw. That's how I feel about all those
But you also, you pull out your points. You're talking about the Diamond D in basketball. Yeah. You know your shit.
Dummy. Show calling the dump button. This is a moment to call and to learn. Here we go. We had our Colin, whenever I have a discussion with somebody that's not about their take, you gotta keep it close to the button. No, Joe, you bleep. Thank you. Hey, that's the best compliment I've gotten all day long. Thank you. All right, let's do in or out. What's it going to be, McFly? We'll do that next.
What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out?
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
All right, with a reliable connectivity and enhanced cybersecurity, Comcast Business helps turn ballparks and football stadiums into connected, secure, modern businesses.
Witches Woods, New England's premier haunted hayride and Halloween scream park, featuring 6 fiendishly fun haunted attractions. For more information, visit us at witcheswoods.com.
Nashua Hyundai has made a thrilling partnership with Canopy Lake Park Screamfest. Purchase a new Hyundai and score a free family 4-pack for rides, haunted houses, kid-friendly fun, and a screaming time. You'll find plenty of treats in Nashua Hyundai's wicked good inventory. Only Hyundai offers America's best warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, and Hyundai Assurance. The thrills of the season are at Nashua Hyundai and Canopy Lake Park. Purchase or NH lease of a Hyundai. See dealer for complete details at NashuaHyundai.com. Expires 10/31/25 or while supplies last.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
Mice scurrying around in the basement, spiders crawling in the shower, stink bugs creeping on every window. Fall in New England means that pests move in. Unless you call Burgess Pest, my go-to for pest control. Local, fast, almost 100 years of proven results. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
Hey, it's Tim McCone. For over 40 years, Bellman Jewelers has been serving New England from their flagship store in Manchester, New Hampshire. And I have exciting news because Bellman's is now open in the Seaport at 268 Summer Street. I have a big decision to make, so I met with Alex Bellman, who walked me through everything, educating me about all the types of diamonds, shapes, and sizes. And I was blown away at what I learned. If you're thinking of proposing, go see Alex and his great team at Bellman's. Mention the Sports Hub to enjoy 10% off your wedding bands and engagement mountings. Visit Bellmans.com.
Hey, it's Felger here with an important message for homeowners. If you're wondering if now is the right time to refinance your mortgage, Cambridge Savings Bank, my official bank, is here to help. Whether you plan to take cash out or refinance to a shorter loan term, CSB can help you understand your options. And with their competitive rates, you may be surprised at how much you could save. Visit CambridgeSavings.com/mortgage. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS ID number 543370.
It's construction reduction time.
Yes, it is. Hi, Kimberly Bayer from Commonwealth Motors, and we are building an all-new state-of-the-art Kia facility, and we are super excited.
We need room, so it's construction reduction time at Commonwealth. We need to get these vehicles out of here.
That's right. Construction reduction clearance prices on every Chevy, Kia, Honda, Nissan, and Volkswagen, and used too.
We constantly check the competition to guarantee our best price possible every day, but
we need room! Now is the time to get a great deal on a new or used Honda, Kia, Chevy, Nissan, or Volkswagen. We really need the room now. Dad, what are you doing?
We need room. I'm trying to help these guys out so we can get this done sooner.
Stop. Let's just give our best construction reduction clearance price on every vehicle in stock and make more room.
Commonwealth Motors, located right off Route 495, exit 103A in Lawrence.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Yeah. That's for Moose.
That was for, who was the Moose that played for the Celtics there? Greg Monroe?
Greg Monroe.
That was the Moose call. So Colin's got nothing.
No, I don't got many animal noises in the.
What about just, like, do you have a hidden trick?
No, I don't think so.
Like, you can't, like, I just brought up fart with your armpit. Guys, do you have anything? I know you could talk like Christopher Walken.
That's about it, Joe. Yeah, wiggle my ears, I guess. That doesn't really do anything for the radio.
No, you can't make any funny noises?
Not that
What about a horse? Can you guys do a horse?
I'm not a fan of horses. That's pretty good. You big Mr. Ed guy, Joe?
I grew up watching Mr. Ed on Nick at Night.
Play baseball?
I did. He played, right?
Oh, yeah. Used to slide into home.
We used to have this thing. You remember Nick at Night, or was that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I used to watch Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah, it was like Fresh Prince when I was watching it.
Oh, yeah, no. Mine was like Mork and Mindy. A lot of olds. So no tricks for Colin.
No, nothing like as impressive as that.
Can you make a fart noise with your armpit?
No.
I could never do that.
No.
I used to be able to do it with my hand.
I can't even snap, Joe.
Like a snap football?
Well, I could snap a football, but like actually, like, yeah, no, just never clicked.
Can't do that?
Oh, no. What was that one?
No.
Joe Murray's the sounds of Joe Murray.
Zoe makes a good rat noise.
I hope no one's eating right now.
Next.
All right, Joe, from sports to the movies. Jim Carrey is in talks to star as the lead in a live-action The Jetsons movie. Joe Murray, would you be in or out on Jim Carrey doing a Jetsons movie?
Meet George Jetson? Who would be his wife, Jane?
Rachel McAdams? I don't know. I feel like she kind of looks like Mrs. Jetson.
Have you watched Dave yet, the show?
Some of it, not all of it.
Have you watched the one where him and Ray...
I have not seen Rachel McAdams yet, no. Good episode? All right.
Dave's one of the funniest shows I've seen. It's Lil Dicky the rapper.
And he just got married, I believe.
In real life?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. I wonder if he rapped about it.
All right, Joe, from the Jetsons to Netflix. Netflix has partnered with Spotify to bring some of the biggest video podcasts to their streaming service, including the Bill Simmons podcast, the Zach Lowe Show, the McShay Show, the Rewatchables, Serial Killers, and the Dave Chang Show. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Netflix and Spotify partnering up to put video podcasts on the streaming service?
About damn time. I mean, at some point, everything should just be Kazaa, right? Or LimeWire. They should just bring them all back. What did you have growing up? Did you have a Napster or a Kazaa, Colin, or anything?
I don't even know what LimeWire is.
Oh, I had LimeWire. I forget he's much younger. He's like 10 years younger than me.
You don't know what?
I know what LimeWire is.
Napster was?
No.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he's young bucks, Joe.
I don't even know what to say. Do you know what a CD player is?
Yes. I did have those.
Where it was like had a sliding door that you could go in and make calls. And you could hit 0 and just do collect calls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Cool, man. Anything else tonight?
All right, Joe, we can wrap with this one tonight. I don't really know what the in or out is here, but you wanted this one in here. J.B. Britzker,
yes,
governor, I believe, released partial tax records Wednesday showing he and his wife reported more than $10.3 million in taxable income, including more than $1.4 million in income from gambling. I'm out on that.
Well, no, wait, let's talk it out first.
Is he the biggest sharp and going in the Midwest or what?
Who's he like tonight?
Yeah. Who's his pick tonight?
What are we doing, over or under? Are you surprised that a politician is doing...
No.
I'm not making... No, this is not a political conversation. Don't do it, anybody. I don't do that. We don't do that here. But I just have to ask. We all pay our taxes, right? I every year I
do pay my taxes.
I go see my guy, and then I get a bill. Is what happens every year. I don't make money anymore. It doesn't happen. So all you who make money, congratulations. I don't. And I don't make a lot of money. Anyways, my point is this. How do you justify $1.4 million of gambling losses? I couldn't even find $1.4 million.
I believe it was income, Joe. I believe it was winning.
He won?
Yes. Taxable income. I would imagine he's winning.
Can we prove he won? Or is it like from like the casino?
You're asking the wrong guy, Joe.
Then in. How are they going to track this one? Where is it again? Chicago?
I believe so.
It's like Capone.
Oh, we've already had Whitey callers, Joe.
Again, Mayor Menino was a friend. His family's great people over in Hyde Park. They did great things for the kids in the city. Great things. Turf fields. Like, kept certain reservations. Hired his buddies on the golf course and got them full-time no-show jobs. That's my guy. But claiming winnings of $1.4 million? Wait, that's income, so you have to pay taxes on that. That's not good for him.
Yes, taxable income. Over $10 million.
How? Okay, being serious, let's just say you're like, it's Shawshank stuff. You like the pie? Yeah, I love the pie.
Little graft.
What if that was their winnings? That was the income.
No comment.
Tell us your picks.
Yeah.
I want to know his picks.
Yeah, we'll get him on. You know, we could bring him in, special guest. Be on the Boston Handicappers Network.
I was asked to ask. I want to see those. I want to see those wins.
I want to see those slips.
Do I have to put this game on like another channel right now?
Amazon Prime.
I hate that.
Bengals are in the all whites, Joe. How do you feel about the Bengals all whites?
Gabe in West Roxbury's on the line. I feel like we should take it. What's up, Gabe?
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Good, bud.
I had to call in about Dave. The last season, those last episodes with Mr. McAdams.
Mr. McAdams.
Oh my God, it was stuck in my head for months. It's a good song. I mean,
it's a good song.
Oh my, Joe, when Brad Pitt is there, you know, when they like are held hostage, whatever.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt starts smashing his head against the glass in the booth to get out.
Yep.
I don't think I've laughed harder. And season 1, when he's dating his girlfriend and he has the blow-up doll and the legs come out.
Yep.
Anything else? My God. I think it's one of the best comedies besides, on Netflix. And he's in a new movie, the Cheer Company, Robinson.
Oh, yeah. We know about that.
I think you should leave. But yeah, Dave on FX or Hulu probably.
Yeah.
That couldn't have made me laugh harder. And I just want to say, great show. Love it always on the YouTube. Shout out YouTube fans.
Can I tell you my favorite episode? Was my favorite episode was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh.
I loved Kareem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Great shit. Oh,
up, dummy up. All right, that's it. John Sarianides coming up next here on 98 on the Sports.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, I mean, music's always pretty important. Yes. Colin, this is one of your first lessons of the night show. No, Skaz. No. This is a teachable moment for Colin. When we have John Sarianides on the air, we don't do Three Doors Down. We do Metallica. That's how we roll. Back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. It's John Sarianides, New England Football Journal. John!
Joe, how are you this evening, my friend?
I am fantastic. Your boy Aaron Rodgers just threw a touchdown pass.
I still think he has some gas left in the tank, man. I still think he can play.
John, who's the best team in the AFC?
Oh, interesting question. I know that that was a question that was brought up on Sunday.
Correct.
So, I mean, look, you still have to say, I mean, Buffalo's lost 2 in a row, but you'd still have to say Kansas City Chiefs right now, after Sunday night, are probably still in the conversation. You still got to put Buffalo in the conversation as well. It's wide open right now. They were the presumptive favorites coming into the season. I think you kind of have to leave them there.
Sweet hat on that New England Football Journal tonight, man. I got this Flex Fit hat. I really like that one. But the cursive, I really like that.
Yeah, it's the it's actually the header on the website. So there you go.
There you go. New England Football Journal, of course, is where you can find all of John's work. So we got Thursday Night Football on. 2 40-year-olds going at it. Can you remember the last time that's happened?
Oh, geez, that's a good question. I mean, you have to think one of those instances might have involved Brady later on in his career. But
good one. Yep, good one. I was thinking Warren Moon days.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to go back that far. I mean, he played into his late 30s, early 40s. I mean, I don't know. Before that, maybe slinging Sammy Ball. I don't know.
I wanted to ask this question to you, and then we'll do some Patriots. Penn State job. We've been throwing out names. Signetti extension today. Matt Rule says he's not leaving Nebraska. I think they need a coach that puts them over the top. So we've ruled out 2 people, I guess, including Rule. Where does Penn State go from here?
Well, I think that they're in a conundrum here. I mean, obviously, Marcus Freeman of Notre Dame could be a potential target for them. I suspect, though, that he's going to stay put. I'll give you an interesting name that I don't think it's getting a lot of traction right now, Joe, but it's a name worth keeping an eye on, and that's Syracuse coach Fran Brown.
Man, yes, guys said that too.
Yeah, and the reason I say Fran Brown is because I think, and again, I don't think he's necessarily their first choice, but I do see him in their process. And the reason I mentioned Brown is he has a pedigree, coached at Georgia before Syracuse, knows how he has a reputation of being a terrific recruiter, landing foreign 5-star talent. He's also well-versed in NIL. He's a player's coach. He's relatable to players, and I think he brings something different than what James Franklin brought, which was a very organized, well-run program that had a solid culture and was buttoned up, but he obviously couldn't get them over the top, even though he also is a terrific recruiter and he will have no shortage of job offers when he's ready, whether it be next offseason or if he sits out a year. He's going to make $50 million in terms of his buyout, so he can take his time. But I think Fran Brown is a name to keep an eye on. Something tells me that if the bigger names fall off and Signetti's off the board, I'm not quite sure I buy that Matt Rule is quite off the board. But if, let's say, those guys are gone, I think Brown is a name to keep an eye on as a potential sleeper in this process.
John, just one more college football question. Whenever we have the talk about that this team should get this coach, I feel like the NIL is different. Like I think it's hard on Bill Belichick. I think it was hard on Nick Saban. He retired. Like, you know, it's hard on certain coaches. They don't do well with the NIL. When I think of Dabo Swinney, I think he's somewhat struggled when it comes to it. So the legacy coaches, I guess, are they now? It's like when Penn State comes up. Is that do you avoid that legacy now, coach? Like Dabo, I think it's a guy that could get them over the top, but can he recruit? I don't know. And then, you know, do you have to go to retreads all over again? I like Urban Meyer. I know I don't know if they'll do it, but like I think about him. But at the same time, I don't know if he can handle the NIL.
Yeah, it's a game changer, and it has changed the landscape of college football. And I think you need someone who understands it, who has played the game, who has recruited at a high level, and knows what it takes to get players in. And again, those guys all have recruited at a high level. They know how to get players into a program. But the NIL, this is a different world now. And the other part of it is that players are coming and going with the portal. They don't just want to get paid. They want to get paid what they want, but they also want to be developed and prepared to play on Sundays. And while the Nick Sabans and the Urban Meyers of the world did that throughout their college coaching careers, the management of the NIL and manipulating that process and using it to your advantage takes a certain kind of coach. I think the younger coaches in today's game are more well-versed in that arena. And I think ultimately if Penn State strikes out on 2 or 3 of the big names that they're targeting.
Oh, did we lose him? Oh, he's frozen. Like Let It Go, the song. Let it go, let it frozen. He's John Sarianides. John, he is frozen. We're trying to bring him back. I'll kind of step right up and I'll sing this song for you. It's 7-0 Pittsburgh as we await for you, John. Is he back? No. All right. Don't worry about it. He knows the deal. 7-0 Steelers right now. Should I keep singing? Did you like that, Colin? Street Team Joe liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
Street Team Joe's got a top 5. Top 5. Street Team Joe has got a top 5. Tonight is movies. Sports movies. 2 40-year-olds going at it right now. Look at these putzes. Like, think about the two 40-year-olds playing on a Thursday night football on them. Did they even practice this week? Bengals are horrendous. Imagine what a team looks like without Toe Burrow. Him and his toe. Want me to sing again? What's the chat think? He's gone. The chat said he's gone. He's gone. Oh, Carrie Ann says, waited all day for the Joe show. Thank you. How's Seattle doing tonight? Oh, they're on shortly. On 8:33. No, okay. We'll tell John we love him. What do you think, guys? Should we just tell John next week? Thank you, John. We love you. We love you, John. New England Football Journal. We love you, John. You know what? Why don't we bring Street Team Joe in? Let's just bring Street Team Joe in. We'll take a break. We'll hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
How about I sing the headlines? No, I won't. 7-0 right now. Pittsburgh over the Bengals. We have football. Of course, the Patriots. Harold Landry was not at practice. They take on Tennessee this week. Bruins in action tonight in Vegas. Hampus Lindholm, is he going to play? I don't know. Okay.
But that's all I'm looking for. I think as a lot of sports fans. That's what
Paul,
anyways.
I appreciate your support. So listen, I want to do something with you while you're here, okay?
Yeah. Perfect. Of course.
Joe has his top 5 sports movies. So we're going to do
Rudy. Hey, let's not even start with Rudy because Rudy's won.
Hang on.
Way to ruin it.
All right, we're going to do that in a second, but we have a fellow on the line who needs a food recommendation. Hello, Al.
Yeah, what's up, Joe? Yeah, man. I just moved to me and my wife just bought a house in Norwood, and I was like, we're huge foodies. Like, we'll eat anything.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I know just the guy to call.
Yeah.
So, here I am.
Lewis is in Norwood. Best burger in town. Conrad's great steak tips.
Steak tips there. Okay, yeah. So we've been to Lewis's, and I've gotten subs just like really quick from Conrad's, but like.
And if you want
like Boston Tavern stuff.
Yeah. All right. If you want the good deli or food, they get the best calzones in town. Because when I tried to share one with Joe, Street Team Joe, the other night, he goes, "I don't take another man's calzone," and it was the funniest thing he ever said to me. But you got to go to Lambert's.
Oh, Lambert's.
Love it. All right.
All right. Thanks, Al.
No, that's true.
Lambert's is delicious.
If someone asked me for a bite of my calzone, I think I would be like, "That's."
No, you know what? I respected you after that.
Yeah, no, because I
really wanted you to try it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm kind of glad he said no.
Yeah.
I actually respect it. All right, Mr. Ariano, here we go. Street Team Joe, go from 5 to 1. Let him say the movies first, and then we can crap all over him. All right. So let's go 5. What's number 5, Joe Ariano?
Can I do an honorable mention first?
Okay.
I could start at 5.
No, do an honorable mention. Go ahead.
Honorable mention. I'm gonna go with Blindside. I really enjoy Sandra Bullock.
Okay, and keep just say the name of the movie.
All right, then move on.
And then move on.
All right, number 5 at the 5 spot. We're going Kicking and Screaming, starring Will Ferrell.
Oh, fabulous!
Number 4, we're going Jerry Maguire. Number 3, we are going We Are Marshall. At number 2. We are going The Fighter. And at number 1, we are going Rudy.
Mr. Ariano, you raised this man. What do you think?
I did. Well, I will say that they're all in my top echelon of movies, but I will say that all of Joe's recommendations have something in common, and it's the human mankind side of the story, not so much how fast you can run, how high you can jump, right? And Blindside about the guy that couldn't, that could, Jerry Maguire about the agent that couldn't, that could, right? Kicking and Screaming, one of probably Will Ferrell's most underrated movie because he gets beat on all the time by Robert Duvall. But if anybody hasn't seen Kicking and Screaming, just give the soccer ball to the Italian kids and let them roll. It's the cutest, funniest, stupidest. Give it to the Italians, And as a fellow Italian, I recommend that. So I like the recommendations. I have nothing against those at all. And everybody's sports movies, whether you're a Rocky guy or a fighter guy or whatever your recommendations are, if you can get enjoyment out of your sports movies, share that with your friends, share it with your families. They like them. They like them. They don't.
Getting all sentimental here, Dad, huh?
They're yours. That's the fun part about movies, right? They're yours.
Joe, what do you think of
no one has to like them. No one has to like them.
I like Jerry Maguire, and I like Rudy. I got to give Rudy. We Are Marshall was very good. It's also a true story. It's sad. The Fighter.
Yeah, very sad.
The Fighter made women of Lowell very upset.
Why?
That MTV girl, Charlene. They hated the way that they portrayed them.
But Amy.
Hey Joe, I have a boxing question for you while we're talking about Lowell.
Okay.
Have you ever been to the Golden Gloves in Lowell?
I have not, but I've interviewed Mickey Ward many times.
So every year in the January timeframe at the Lowell Odd, it is the best $15 take you can ever imagine. You see 7 or 8 3-round fights, $4 draft beers, $2 crappy slices of pizza. It's a good night out, and it's great fighting.
Oh, there's
So
gonna
for those
have
that
to
haven't ever
Are
been
there
up
fights
there,
outside too?
I can't confirm or deny that. I get into my bus and I just kind of go on my merry way. But I think that's a great take. And boxing, MMA has obviously taken all that over, and wrestling is a different animal altogether. But for those of us that are still hoping and praying that boxing doesn't die, the Golden Gloves is tremendous.
All right, Mr. Ariano. Thank you very much for your time.
I leave you peace, my peace I give to you.
Thank you, Father.
He was all sentimental tonight, huh?
Skaz, what do you think of his top 5
Skaz,
movies?
I know you like Kicking and Screaming. You're a soccer guy.
Kicking and Screaming's a good, funny movie. I'm not the biggest Will Ferrell guy, but that's a good one. No Miracle in your top 5 for a sports movie is kind of tough. I feel like that's...
I'm out on hockey.
No Sandlot.
Sandlot was an honorable mention.
Remember the Titans is another big one, I feel like.
My favorite sports movie is 8 Men Out.
Oh, the White Sox movie.
Yeah, Charlie
right?
Sheen, John Cusack.
Major League.
Major League's a great one, too.
But I don't, when I look at
Field of
those movies,
Dreams.
I don't feel like I'm like, oh man, like that movie's got to be.
Bull Durham, The Natural.
Oh, I miss White Man Can't Jump.
White
I
Men
love
Can't
that
Jump
movie.
is very good. Blue Chips is one of my favorite. Again, I was a child of the 90s, so Penny Hardaway and, Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Shaq was in everything when I was a kid.
What was the Leo DiCaprio basketball movie you were telling me
Dreams.
about? Hoop Dreams.
Oh, dude, that one's a...
I can't. So I looked it
You're
up,
gonna
Joe.
cry.
You know that movie's like banned. Like I can't find
there's
it
a lot
anywhere.
of indignities in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hey, go watch. No, it was. But no, wait, no. For me, it was. There was a lot there. Drugs. Drugs.
Drugs.
Drugs. And basketball, man.
Did it remind you of your childhood?
No. No, but not for nothing. But I grew up in Boston, and there were a lot of really good athletes that I knew that could have played at the next level, but they fell into addiction. It's just it is what it is, right? I could have been the greatest, but I did OCs or something.
And did you like Jerry Maguire?
Jerry Maguire is one of my favorite movies.
The human head weighs 8 pounds.
Yep, he does. And Jerry Cantrell's in that movie from Alice in Chains. He's the guy who hands him the thing and says, "All I know is I got a lot of balls."
Who's the evil agent? Like Jerry Maguire, the
That's,
nemesis.
what's his
Jerry
name?
O'Connell.
Yeah.
He was on Barstool sometimes.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah. Want to stick around for musings?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Builders, remodelers, and homeowners, listen up.
on stuff in the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complaining.
All right, Murray's Musings here on the Sports Hub. Street Team Joe's here. His father ripped everybody at the Sports Hub and then ended with a prayer.
Well, he complimented you.
That's great. I know. That's why I'm in.
So it's not everybody. But he might have a little bias.
I think so.
Yeah. Who doesn't have a bias, Joe?
Well, it was Stephen A. Smith's birthday the other night. We didn't have a chance to celebrate it. And I don't think we should celebrate it tonight because he walked off the stage. I'm not getting into why, but he... What do you think about this Bill Belichick Halloween skeleton decorations? Have you seen
I saw that. That was very
What
funny.
do you think?
It was accurate. I thought it was... Bill Belichick at UNC, to me, right now, it's over and done with. And so any piling on him, especially the way he's acted the last couple of years, I think is justified and warranted.
Your list is getting ripped.
What? What movie's getting ripped?
Someone just said Street Team Joe needs to go back into the lab. I had a musings for tonight. I can't remember what it was. Was it last night's music? Oh, maybe we can recap this with Joe. Did you hear about Arby's getting sued?
No, what? You briefly told me.
They're getting sued because someone thinks that the beef doesn't look like the beef in the commercials or in the photos.
Well,
and come to find out, it don't look like and so they tried to get it dismissed. Nope.
So is it an individual suing?
Yeah, and now the court's got the other people's backs.
Oh my God, we should have been in on this.
You go to the one in Auburn?
I've never been to Arby's, not once in my life, because it looks a little weird to me.
So listen, I always ate Arby's, but it's not a real roast beef.
Yeah, if you're going
next time you come to Sylvan,
yeah.
We'll walk to a place right next door. Actually, I don't want to leave Sylvan because they have great food. Maybe they make a beef.
We had a time at Sylvan Street Gill when you were just order everything. Joe, you're in charge of the food. And I had 2 tables worth of food.
That's what it was like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to flex, but
yeah,
we go out to eat and they say, Joe, what do you want?
Yeah,
and I just say, get everything. And then they bring it all out, right?
Yeah, and was it
Do they even hesitate?
No, they didn't.
And yes, it was Tommy from Lynn that ate the food.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. And did you hear his song?
Yes, I heard him saying. Was that yesterday?
Sausage. Yeah. No. What was it?
Street
meat.
Yeah.
Street meat.
Yeah, it was you, me, Tommy, and your buddy. Was it Topher?
Yes,
your buddy
there.
Topher was there.
He was there.
Yeah, it was a party.
It was a party animal. What's bothering you these days? Is there anything happening in the world that's just driving you crazy?
I don't think so. I think I'm pretty good overall.
You brought up this Market Basket app thing to me by text.
Oh, it wasn't the app. So for people who are Market Basket fanatics like Joe and I, they have I want to call it a coffee section, smoothie section.
Market Cafe.
Yeah, a little Market Cafe.
Yeah.
You can check out at that spot with regular stuff.
So you mean to tell me I could grab and go
pizza, get a slice, get a sandwich,
and walk right up and get a lemonade iced tea?
And you can check out there, and you don't even have to buy anything there. But you can. I do usually get a smoothie or something, but you don't have to.
What kind of smoothie are you getting these days?
Strawberry banana.
I love a strawberry banana.
So
you ever
good.
put peanut butter in it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
No, but strawberry and banana. You put peanut butter.
Remember, I told you about my strawberry banana blizzard.
Yes.
And cookie dough.
The one that you go to the.
Yeah, I travel an extra 25 minutes to get to. Skaz lives by the Milford DQ, so we'll meet up there.
Oh, I know. I know Milford.
Yeah, Milford Dairy Queen is where all the cool kids are going these days.
I think
Pins is right by it.
Is that where the new rail trail is up there?
Yeah.
Great bar there.
Yeah. My dad loves a rail trail.
They got a great hot honey pepperoni pizza.
Joe, I do have a question for you. I don't know if we've discussed this before. What would be your final meal? What's your best meal?
Mercy meal?
Yeah, mercy meal.
Okay, it's probably prime rib.
Prime rib with au jus?
Au jus, yes.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. I want prime rib on its own plate.
Yeah.
Just the prime rib.
Yeah.
I don't want the potatoes and all that. I just want a fat piece of meat. Okay. On the other side.
So the prime rib's taking up the whole. It's big enough for the plate.
Yes, it's like Fred Flintstone driving it.
Do you like the fat on the prime
I
rib?
eat it all, baby.
Yeah. Okay. And we dump an au jus on the top, or we dip in it?
And
Okay.
I both.
Yeah.
I'm a dipper.
Okay.
I pour it on top and then I dip it.
All right.
Is that too much?
No, I'm in. That sounds good.
So I would do that, and then I would probably get the fattest beaten chicken parm.
Ooh.
Like I want it to be stretched, but I also want it to be thick.
And what's the sauce to cheese ratio on there?
So I prefer more sauce than cheese, believe it or not.
Interesting.
But I could go with a breaded breast with just a little bit of sauce and cheese. It just depends. So maybe I could cut a little bit of the parm, put it on top of the prime rib, and eat them both at the same time.
Wow. That's a lot of flavors at once. With the red sauce?
With red sauce and au jus.
I mean, I wouldn't not try it. It just red sauce and au jus. Is it?
Oh, why do you keep? Is it au jus?
I thought it was au jus.
What is it?
Whatever
it's
it is, it's delicious. Whatever it is, prime rib.
What is your favorite? So not a dipping sauce.
Yeah,
but like a side sauce. So, for example, I love au jus. I like maple. Like if I can get a good maple syrup, or like what's this?
You know I love maple syrup.
Yes, or like a like some sort of like teriyaki sauce.
I have an answer for you, Joe, and you're not gonna like it. I'm a big tartar sauce man.
Tartar.
I could eat that.
Colin, do you like tartar sauce?
No, I'm not really a fan of the fish.
All fish, Colin.
Yeah.
What about
the whole
lobster?
region.
I'll dabble in a lobster just to like say I got one, but
What's the best food in Abington?
I'd say Abington Ale House. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
You've been?
It's a great spot.
Oh.
Abington's not my
Yeah, I know. You've just been crapping all over Abington the entire night.
Okay.
It's like Colin's catching strays out here.
I grew up in Boston.
Yeah.
But on the, closer to the Dedham side, let's call it. Everything that's near the Braintree Mall is weird. Now, Jeremy lives in Holbrook, and I'm down with Holbrook. But anything that's like after Braintree is
You're out.
weird.
Yeah.
Abington, Weymouth, out.
They're all in the same area.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like Abington's right next to Holbrook. What's the difference?
Nope.
So you cross the line and it's
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
You cross the line and you're...
It's just Weymouth is just one of those towns that I just never liked. I played softball there too. We beat them.
You beat them. How are you at softball?
I haven't played in years, so you know what it is? The old uppercut swing's not great in softball.
Yeah.
I'm also old now. Like I either pitch or coach.
I feel like you were a beast when you were
When
younger.
I played in high school.
Home run hitter?
But I can't, like here I am 25 years ago, I flexed.
Yeah.
But like we work with professional athletes now.
Yeah, so it's
How was Drake made, by the way?
Oh, he's just
What do
the
you think he
nicest
eats?
guy.
What do you think his
he
favorite
eats? I mean, he's pretty skinny. Like he was, or maybe that's because I'm just a bigger guy. But he felt skinny to me. I bet he's all up in whatever foods increase the metabolic rate. I'm sure he's eating tons of fruit, some lean.
Was he tall?
He was tall. He was definitely 6'4" at the least. Tommy DeVito.
Oh, Cutlets.
Tommy Cutlets. Yeah, he was there as well. So I got Drake May's autograph last night and met him. Hardy was actually the one doing with the little interview there. They had like a 10-minute interview for a company, and we were just working the street team event. Yeah, and Drake.
I think
May,
it was Oker's Technologies, right? Our
Yeah.
fine partner here.
At Six Strings. Great bar, by the way. Good
Another
food.
partner.
Good food. Good bar. And yeah, Drake May's just Southern hospitality showed throughout, and he was just a super, super nice, down to earth guy.
What do you think of Joe Mazzulla and the coaching staff going up against the media?
I think Joe Mazzulla is a nut, an absolute nutcase. And I'm like 50-50 on Joe Mazzulla, Joe. Like I love
50-50 yes or 50-50 no?
glass half full, glass half empty. I can't decide. So I'm not in on Missoula ball, I don't think. I think they beat themselves when they lost to the Knicks. But he does have that psycho in him that tends to get out the best out of his players. But I think this season we're going to learn a lot how he can do with not a stacked roster. And then I'll decide if I'm in or out.
I got one more thing for you.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
I remembered
No, go
something
ahead.
that was bothering me now. Remember you talked...
Oh, go ahead, Joe. I'm sorry. I'm talking.
You know, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Yeah.
You know, he got released today from the from the Charlotte Hornets. Should we save this?
No, go ahead.
Spencer Dinwiddie got released from the Charlotte Hornets. My friend actually bought his jersey at the beginning of free agency. And so this goes back to my dad and I were talking. Is having a crappy jersey cool or is it lame? Like, I have an RJ Hunter jersey on draft night. I immediately bought it.
It's probably cool.
And I think people call in with your, like...
It's probably cool.
Yeah, call in with your crappiest jersey, and I think we'll
or tweet at
love
us
it.
because we got the Bruins coming up shortly.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But I'll say this. I have a friend who bought a Markelle Fultz Celtics jersey because he thought he was going to be the number
Let's see
one
that.
pick.
I think that's cool. Like,
See,
that's
there you
cool.
go. So.
I
All
would
right,
find that
Street
cool.
Team Joe, I have to go to break.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
Stop 5. We posted it. It's on the website.
Got to go inside, outside, inside, outside.
That's right. We'll work on that one, too. All right, we'll take a break. I'm Joe Murray.
From the Tell Your Type Studios, WBZ and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Thursday night football. Right now, 10-0 Steelers just before halftime. Some baseball scores. Dodgers, they have a 3-0 series lead now after their 3-1 win tonight. Mariners are up 1-0 right now over the Blue Jays with a 2-1 series lead. And the Patriots, of course, taking on the Titans this weekend. Harold Landry not at practice. Bruins in action in just a little bit. They play in Vegas. I got more for you coming up after this. Headlines, they are brought to you by Cape Cod Lumber and CCL Homescapes. 100% employee owned, your go-to independent lumber yard. Partner with CCL Homescapes for all your building needs. Right in Abington, I'm Joe Murray.
Start your day.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Work through your day.
What's the thing we do at the end of the show?
And end your day.
I'm not giving you an opinion. I don't know.
Right here. 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Just in the last couple of hours, Ace Frehley has passed away at the age of 74. The legendary Kiss member, guitarist. That was his solo back in the New York Groove. One of the founding members of Kiss, Gene Simmons, Paul Stanley, Peter Criss. Played guitar with them, left the group. Very controversial, I would say. He had a solo career. Like I mentioned, he's pretty good. Went back on tour with Kiss. But he was he was part of like Detroit Rock City, Loving You, Rock and Roll All Night. And his solo career probably was remembered for cover songs. Into the Night was very good. In 2014, they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Ace, 74 years old. And just wow. And it's funny because I'm sure I'm a collector. I love to collect cards, trading event. I go to a lot of trade shows, all that stuff. Kiss memorabilia is one of the biggest things going. Do I love Kiss's music? No, but do I think they're the greatest gimmick in music of all time? Absolutely. We can probably debate that, but when it comes to memorabilia, Kiss is huge. And obviously Gene Simmons is a polarizing figure as well, but each member of Kiss really had its own personality, and just wanted to mention Ace Frehley in his passing. 617-779-0985. We got the Bees coming up in just a little bit. There's a lot of stuff here. Let's talk to Danny in North Randolph. Hey, Danny.
Hey, Joey. How's it going?
Good, bud.
Love the show, man. So, yes, Weymouth, dumb. On the borderline of Quincy, right into the shipyard. But Abington does have some good food and great spot to get a tattoo. Ace Frehley, I saw Kiss play with Aerosmith and Saliva down at the Swedish Center in Mansfield. So R.I.P. But I agree with you on Weymouth. But, I mean, if you need pho or Vietnamese food or just random American food or a great spot called La Scala, North Randolph.
I know La Scala, bro. I know La Scala.
I know. But so I just wanted to call and agree with you that Weymouth, dump. Abington gets a bad rap because it's very close to East Ridgewater, and East Ridgewater, like along the Brockton line, All
right, thanks, Daddy. Anthony wanted to call in on jerseys. Street Team Joe talked about jerseys. Anthony, what's up, bud?
Yeah, gentlemen, are you looking for crappy jerseys or obscure jerseys?
Both.
All right, I have a 2001 Miami Hurricanes Ken Dorsey.
Wow, that's a bad. I mean, he won a national championship, right? Was that
yeah, he did. Yeah, it's collecting dust.
Yeah, Willis McGahee broke his leg in that game, right?
That's the game they lost to Ohio State.
Ah, okay. I confused my years. What else you got? Anything else besides Ken Dorsey?
That's it. Hey, you're doing a great job. Thanks, boys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Joey's in Kingston. How you feel about Abington and Weymouth?
How you doing, Joe? It's been a minute.
It has.
Well, I was down in Texas a little bit, and then I got back. I was busy with work, and now I'm trying to catch up with stuff because I'm going down to Nashville Saturday. Go down and see the game. You just started, playing Kiss.
Yep.
I went 20 years ago. I saw them for the first time. I went to go see Aerosmith. Kiss was the backup band.
Mm-hmm. Kiss
blew me away. They blew away Aerosmith. I couldn't. I'm like, how come I haven't been a fan of these guys from long ago? A little bit you mentioned Joe Mazzulla.
Yep.
I think that guy's off the wall, man. I think he's like in a real life like Fight Club type of thing. So.
Who knows what they're doing?
Before I get to the food question,
yeah.
Now I'm a little bit older than you, Joe. In that top 5 of movies, 2 of mine that people probably won't even remember. Maybe you would. Slapshot.
I love Slapshot. Yep.
And Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears is one of my favorite movies as a kid.
Yeah, I probably should.
So I got a question.
Real quick, I probably should have mentioned Rocky. I can't believe I forgot that.
So Joe, Rocky's my number one. I saw that in the summer before I was in 5th grade in a movie theater in Dorchester. By the end of the movie, you would have thought we were watching a real fight. The entire audience was standing up like we were at a real fight.
Awesome.
So and then I like Rocky. I like Sylvester Stallone, like all those movies. Okay, Joe, food question. So when I was down in Texas, I went to a place where I had the best hamburger on the planet Earth. A place called Jewboy Burger. Now, the guy that owns his name is Mo. Big WWF fan. The place is littered with just photos and walls with just giant, pictures of just like, Andre the Giant and everything. So I had the Detroit chili burger.
Whoa.
Now, when I asked, where'd you come up with this? In his family, they consider chili a sauce.
Whoa.
Do you consider chili a sauce?
Good question, Joey. Appreciate you because we got to go because of the Bruins. But is chili a sauce? We'll do that on the next one, Joe. We'll work on that one. I don't think it is. But yet you could put chili on things. That's a good one. I'm going to bookmark that one. More bad jerseys. Jay's in the car. Jay.
Hey, Joe. Love the show. Listen, I think the worst jersey I ever had was Marion Butts.
Oh, 44 for the Pats?
44 for the Pats, but quickly on how I got it. I traded my father's Jerry Rice jersey for it to my next door neighbor. When he came home, he was pissed.
You got fleeced.
I know.
Marion Butts. Oh, man, when the Pats got Marion Butts, I was in because they lost Leonard Russell, who rushed for 1,000 yards. I'm going real back far in this one. Tim in Framingham.
Hey, Joe, I got Walter McCarty, Celtics.
I love Walter. Eric's in the car. Eric.
Hey, Joe. How you doing? Hey, so bad T-shirts. I got your number 11, Tony Eason of the New England Patriots.
Woof. Woof. Final one, Jason and Derry.
I got a Shea Hildebrand jersey, and I got an Andre Miller Clippers jersey.
Wow. What's your thoughts on Market Basket?
Market Basket, you guys are talking about the cafe line.
Yeah.
If you have anything that needs to be weighed, like produce, you can't go on that line. They don't have a scale, and it's supposed to be like 10 items and under.
All right. An official 10 items and underline with no scale. In on that. Kind of in on that. All right. I get some Bruins stuff. They play Vegas tonight. We'll go right into the game. So we'll do this. We'll take a break. I'll give you my takes. We'll hand it over, and we'll have pregame. And boom, it's Bruins rest of the night here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. We're getting out of here early tonight. We got the Bruins in Vegas. We'll get to that just in a little bit here. We'll hand things over to Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers tonight. Just to kind of highlight a few things. Right now, it's the Steelers up 10-7, but Aaron Rodgers just threw an interception, so that's going to complicate things. So 3 minutes to go in the first half, and, well, the Bengals are driving. So we'll keep our eyes on that one. As for the shows, today's Thursday, so tomorrow night we have a full show? I can't even remember where we're at tomorrow night. Yes, thank you. Thumbs up. Full show tomorrow night here on the Sports Hub so we can get our 4th and Friday going. And then, of course, people ask what does 4th and Friday mean, and that's the point. 4th and Friday, and we got Joe Me the Money tomorrow night, so you don't want to miss that. The Bruins, their long road trip begins tonight in Vegas. They've been there for a couple of nights. I can only imagine what they've been doing, but they are professionals. What's the status with Hampus Lindholm? Of course, it sounded like it was a hamstring. Some sort of lower body, nothing to be worried about on that end. But looks like he will be a part of this road trip. There was some concern just regarding his status. But a couple of things I wanted to mention regarding the Bees. There's no regulation losses this year for Vegas. They've been, I believe their loss is in overtime. So, and then, of course, Butchie's there. The Vegas Golden Knights have given up the most goals in the first period this year. And I think it's imperative for the Bees to get out to a fast start, because if you watched what happened against Tampa Bay the other night, you go down 2-3-0 in the game. It's hard to bounce back from that. And they did. They tried, but it didn't work out. So one thing I think that the Bruins can take advantage of tonight is that Vegas has given up the most goals in the first period, 5 so far this year. Now, on the flip side of that, and this is something I guess that could be concerning to the Bees because it's their first long road trip, Vegas has dominated the third period this year. They have 7 goals in the third period on the season. So most goals given up in the first, but also most goals scored in the third period. I think one way that the Bruins can take advantage tonight is Vegas. Their penalty kill is off to a very rough start. Right now, they're at about 66% on their penalty kill. So if they can get on the power play, which they've had some success with, and they've been killing off a ton of penalties of late, I think that's another advantage that they can take. Advantage of against Vegas tonight. So nice little road trip for the Bees, and they're in Vegas tonight. Looking around, just I know historically Pastrnak has played well against them, but the betting line right now, Vegas minus 225, big favorites tonight. So if you like the Bruins, you think they can hang around, Bruins right now plus 190 on the money line for tonight's game. So, and I believe Eichel, what do you have, two goals the other night? So Vegas was awesome at home last year. 31-11, 5 at home last season. They scored 274 total goals. They average about just over 3 goals per game, and they take a ton of shots. And we know what the Bruins did last year when they were on the road, one of the worst. 13, 25, and 3. They did score 35 power play goals last season. 15%, not good. Not good whatsoever for the Bees. So Vegas 2-0-2 right now. They've already lost the game. Again, it wasn't in regulation at home. It's probably why the betting line's so high tonight, not to mention it's the Bees' first game on a long road trip. So there you go for tonight. But I think David Pastrnak gets on the board if I was going to. I know it's an easy square bet, but anytime goal tonight, David Pastrnak. So there you have it. We got Bruins hockey beginning tonight here on the Sports Hub. Again, Ryan Johnston, Bob Beers. They will be on the call for that. And then we're back here tomorrow night for a full show. We'll break down Patriots and Titans. We'll probably get into a little bit more of Mike Vrabel's return to Tennessee. I got some breakdowns on Drake May and his revenge game after last year. If you remember, he had that great touchdown, but did throw an interception in overtime. It's also a revenge game for Drake May. We'll still react to what's going on with the Red Sox and their opt-outs with Alex Bregman. And, of course, the Celtics and Joe Mazzulla. Will continue to pick apart Joe Mazzulla for picking on all the reporters. Still can't believe that. What would be the Bruins version of that? Like the Bruins writers on skates versus the Bruins or the Bruins coaching staff? That wouldn't be fair, in my opinion. I mean, Mike Vrabel at least put the pads on this year against Will Campbell. What would the Bruins version be of that? All right, we got to get out of here. Thanks, Street Team Joe, Skaz, Colin. The Jeremy Conley's taking over. I'm Joe Murray. Coming up, Boston Bruins hockey here.